Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday Night Football. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we've got the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. Miami Dolphins, the away team, Philadelphia Eagles on your right side of the screen. They are the home team, and we will keep that format all night long, y'all. Both of these teams are entering tonight's game with a record of 5-1, and there's a chance that tonight we're actually watching a glimpse of a Super Bowl preview. That's right, both of these teams being in opposite conferences, there's a good chance that both of these teams can actually make it all the way to the Super Bowl. So the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins, this game between these two teams, this will be they faced off 16 times already. 15 times. This will be the 16th time that they play against one another. The Miami Dolphins currently lead in that matchup between the two teams with a record of 9-6 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, for those of you guys who do not know, this game is super interesting for a couple of reasons, but one of the most interesting facts about these two teams is the fact that both Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, they both went to the University of Alabama together, and yes, they were teammates in that same QB room. Now, this is the first time that these two ex-teammates will square off in their NFL careers. First time that these guys meet up in their careers so far. So, Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa were teammates for 2 seasons, the 2017 and 18 season. Now, during the college football playoffs, the Crimson Tide, Alabama made it to the playoff championship game against Georgia back in 2017. And at that time, during that game, Jalen Hurts was the starting quarterback, but he let the team fall to a 13-0 start, 13-0 start. Not the way you want to start off a championship game. So he was actually pulled famously, however you want to shape that, but he was pulled from that game by head coach Nick Saban and put in Tua Tagovailoa. So in that playoff championship game in college back in 2017, Jalen Hurts played so bad that he was actually pulled from the field and Tua was put in his place. He was a true freshman at the start. Tua was a freshman at the time, and he actually rallied the Crimson Tide to a 26-23 victory in overtime. That's right. And funny enough, the winning touchdown pass in that college overtime game was from Tua Tagovailoa to the current Eagles wide receiver Devontae Smith. So all kinds of convoluted, mixed up stuff happening tonight. This is going to be a blowback of nostalgia for both of these teammates right now. Hurts eventually did transfer to Oklahoma before being drafted by the Eagles. Now, this season, both of these quarterbacks lead the top 2 offenses in the NFL. That's right. These two quarterbacks, after all the drama that they had in college, now they are leading the 2 best teams offensively in the NFL, arguably, right? Because the Kansas City Chiefs are still up there, and they did an amazing job today in that game against the Chargers. But we'll get into all of that stuff later. So, Philadelphia's offense has been unstoppable at home at Lincoln Financial Field, where they're playing today. The Eagles have scored at least 31 points in their last 4 home games, including the games in the playoffs. Now, that streak is actually tied for the second longest such streak in Eagles history. But the Eagles did lose last week to Zach Wilson and the Jets, which, right, yeah, I mean, that says enough in and of itself. That actually broke their league-leading 5-game win streak. So they were looking to go 6-0. They lost to the Jets last week, and now they're 5-1 coming into this week. After the loss last week, the Eagles, there are no more teams that are undefeated after they lost last week. And in the 20-16 loss to the Jets last week, Jalen Hurts, he had a pretty bad night, and that's putting it mildly. He had a very bad night. Jalen Hurts actually had 3 interceptions, which matched his previous career worst mark, and that resulted in Philadelphia's first loss of the season. Now, the 25-year-old nearly threw a 4th interception on the Eagles' final comeback attempt, but the ball simply dropped to the floor, and the defenders couldn't recover that. So it actually resulted in a turnover on downs instead of being an interception, but still, it was a turnover. Now, despite the turnovers, Jalen Hurts still helped fantasy managers by combining for over 300 total yards from scrimmage while recording his 4th game with both a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown this year. So he's got 4 games this year already where he's got a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Now, the Eagles lost last week, so Jalen Hurts is definitely looking to bounce back and get himself back into the win column with a W over the Dolphins today. That might be easier said than done. Now, Jalen Hurts does have plenty of weapons at his disposal. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, those are just the receivers. They've also got a good running game. But let's talk about A.J. Brown for a second. So, A.J. Brown, he was traded to the Eagles during the 2022 draft. And his first season with the team really couldn't have gotten much better. The former Titan wide receiver posted career-high marks in target share with 28%. He also had career highs in targets, receptions, receiving yards, end zone targets, and fantasy points. So, pretty good for his first year with the Eagles. He also matched a career high with 11 touchdowns last season, which ranked 2nd in the NFL among wide receivers. Now, last week, A.J. Brown had 7 receptions on 9 targets for 131 yards. A.J. Brown produced his 4th consecutive game with 125 or more receiving yards, despite Philadelphia taking its first loss on Sunday. So still a pretty good game for A.J. Brown last week. The 26-year-old also finished as the Eagles' leading receiver despite his 9 targets, finishing 3rd behind teammate. His 9 targets were actually 3rd behind Devontae Smith and DeAndre Swift. That Smith-Swift thing has messed me up every single game that I've covered for the Eagles so far, so I will do my best to keep that straight for you guys. Anyways, Devontae Smith is also sharing wide receiver 1 duties with Devontae Smith, but the Eagles offense, they can certainly for sure support 2 top 10 fantasy wide receivers again this season. Now, Devontae Smith, he was limited in practice coming into this week's game, so there is a chance that he could be on a bit of a snap count this week. But so far in 2023, Devontae Smith has 28 receptions for 334 yards and 2 touchdowns over 6 games. Now, he's definitely, after all of the success that A.J. Brown has had between last year and this year, he's more like the wide receiver 2 on the team behind A.J. Brown. And now the Eagles have also added on the veteran Julio Jones to their roster. Yeah, so if you did not know that, the Eagles, as if they needed any more firepower, last week the Eagles picked up the 7-time Pro Bowler to their wide receiver room. Julio Jones, in 155 career games, has caught 903 passes for 13,629 yards and 81 touchdowns. And he's going to be added into the mix here soon. Tonight, the Eagles will probably ease him in. They're not going to use him a whole lot because obviously he doesn't really know the offensive scheme. But damn, y'all, the Eagles just picked up Julio Jones. And if that offense wasn't scary enough, Zacchaeus is probably going to find himself in the wide receiver 4 spot, and Julio Jones is for sure going to end up taking that wide receiver 3 spot. Julio Jones is older, but he has the potential to blow up on any given game. Now, I think, of course, the Eagles also have Dallas Goedert in their tight end position, but Dallas Goedert is also going to be required to do a lot of blocking. So he will be catching passes from Jalen Hurts, but he's also going to have to do a lot of blocking in the process. So we'll see how he's utilized today. Anyways, Dallas Goedert, we can talk about him for a second. He actually finished a career best 5th in fantasy points per game last season. And the veteran tight end has also been 11th or better in 4 consecutive campaigns. So he's always a top 12 fantasy football tight end that you're going to want to plug in every single week. He's finished no lower than 11th in the last 4 seasons. So if you've got him on your roster, you can fire him up. You don't have to be worried about playing Dallas Goedert. Now, so far, he's produced just one big receiving line in 6 games this year. But better days should be ahead for Dallas Goedert, given the fact that he is playing, his playing time and his usage, those stats don't look very different, if at all different, from last season. So he's going to have a decent season. I don't know about tonight. We'll find out tonight as this game gets closer and closer to kickoff. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:20 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I've got 6:56, and we're coming at you live all the way from San Antonio, Texas. This is Football Nation 210. My name is Mario Manuel, and I will be your host as always. Okay, so we've talked about the history between these two teams going back and forth. Miami Dolphins lead the series 9-6. And we talked about Jalen Hurts. We've talked about the quarterback situation, the wide receiver situation for these teams. Let's talk about the ground game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, on the ground, the Eagles have DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift this season has really been a bright spot for the Philadelphia Eagles. Training camp earlier in the year, it looked like Kenneth Gainwell was actually going to be the RB1. But DeAndre Swift took over that role in week 2, and he has not let it go. He has been really good this year. Right now, DeAndre Swift is 6th in the NFL in rushing yards with 452. At least he was coming into week 7. All the other teams have played except for another matchup that is tomorrow night, and we will be covering that one as well, San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. So if you want to catch that game, you can catch it here on Football Nation. Anyways, I digress. Swift, he is the 6th in the NFL in rushing yards with 452, and he is currently one of the most explosive backs in the league right now. Over the last 5 games, DeAndre Swift has rushed 85 times for 449 yards and 2 touchdowns, not to mention his 22 receptions for an additional 115 yards this year. DeAndre Swift ranks 6th in the league in rushing yards and has the most rushing yards by any Eagles player in their first 5 games since LaShawn McCoy back in 2013. Now, this should be a solid game on the ground, both for DeAndre Swift and Jalen Hurts. The Miami Dolphins have allowed an average of 114 rushing yards per game, which ranks 20th in the NFL. So, that being said, it's important to realize that as good as the Dolphins have been offensively, the Dolphins defense, it's beatable. This Dolphins defense is very beatable. The Dolphins defense has given up 310 passing yards. Well, we'll get into all of that stuff here in a second, but the Dolphins gave up 310 passing yards and 104 rushing yards, so a total of 414 total yards and 40 points to the Buffalo Bills. And that was the only game that the Dolphins have lost this season, but that is also the only good team that the Dolphins have played this season. So there's a lot of criticism going to how good the Dolphins really are, because the first 5 wins that the Dolphins had was against the Chargers, who are now 2-4, against the Patriots, which are 1-5, the Broncos, who were 1-5, the Giants, who were all 1-5. However, the 3 teams that I did just mention have gone up to 2-5. So their 5 wins came against the Chargers, the Patriots, the Broncos, the Giants, and of course the now 0-7 Carolina, 0-6 still, I think they're on a bye this week, Carolina Panthers. And they gave up a ton of points. It's not like they just, not only did they yes, they blew these teams out of the water, but they still gave up 21 points to Mac Jones, Russell Wilson, Bryce Young, and Tyrod Taylor, who Tyrod Taylor had a good day today. We'll get into that later here as well. But, look at that. The Dolphins, yes, they are coming into this game 5-1, but they didn't really beat any great teams, and the team that beat them was the Buffalo Bills. So, yeah, Bills lost today. A whole nother thing. There have been a lot of really interesting games today, especially. A lot of very, very high-scoring games today as well. Anyways, here are some Dolphins defensive stats. So, in 2023, the Dolphins have allowed 343 net yards per game. That's 20th in the NFL. They've also allowed 26 points per game on average, which is 26th in the NFL. They only have 5 takeaways. That's tied for 22nd in the NFL. We're talking about the Miami Dolphins defense right now. Has not been good. They've gotten a 41% opponent third down conversion rate. They've allowed their opponents to score or to get the third down conversions 41% of the time, which ranks 20th in the NFL. That's not good, y'all. But that lackluster Dolphins defense isn't the reason why people check into Miami football. And we all know why. The Miami Dolphins, as bad as their defense is, that Dolphins offense does have the highest scoring offense in all of the NFL so far this year. The Miami Dolphins are the first team in NFL history with more than 300 passing yards, 180 rushing yards per game over the course of any 6-game span. I'll say that one more time. The Miami Dolphins are the first team in NFL history with more than 300 passing yards and 180 rushing yards per game over any 6-game span. The Miami Dolphins are also the first team since 1958 with at least 15 passing touchdowns and 15 rushing touchdowns in 6 games. The Dolphins are on pace to become the first team since 1941 to lead the league in both passing yards and rushing yards. The Dolphins comfortably, and I mean comfortably, lead the NFL in scoring right now. They're averaging 37.2 points per game. Obviously, when you have a 70-point game, that helps boost that average. But they are generating well over 3 points per drive while scoring on 50% of all of their offensive possessions. So the Dolphins right now, they're aiming for their first 6-1 start of the millennia. They haven't had a 6-1 start since 1999. Both of these teams are 5-1. Both of these teams are looking to get to 6-1, and we've got a dramatic game coming up for you guys tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this year, Tua has been an absolute stud. He is currently ranked as fantasy football's quarterback 3 overall. So far in 2023, Tua has 1,876 yards and 15 passing touchdowns. 14. He could get the 15th tonight, which was the stuff that I was talking about earlier. Anyways, he's got a completion rating of over 71%, and he shows no signs of slowing down. Last week, Tua completed 21 of 31 passes for 262 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game last week compared to Jalen Hurts' 3 interceptions last week. No interceptions for Tua last week. He looked really good. Hopefully he can keep it up. But again, they have not played a defense like this defense, except for that time they played the Bills, and we saw what happened in that game. Anyways, after last season, people were questioning whether or not Tua could stay healthy this year. I know that I was one of those people, but he's been looking pretty good. I've got a video about this. I'll share this with you guys later during one of our commercial breaks. But last year, Tua suffered 3 concussions, one of which caused the NFL to review the entire concussion protocol, and the NFL ended up creating new helmets for quarterbacks that were released this year. Those helmets have additional padding to the back of the head for quarterbacks. They are quarterback-specific helmets. Anyways, that concussion was so scary last year. It was so scary that, like, I thought the dude was possibly going to die. I mean, he got back-to-back concussions in 4 days. Like, they played a Sunday night game or Sunday afternoon game, and then he was already on the field again on Thursday after being concussed. It was a nightmare. So the second concussion, literally, he got slammed so hard onto the ground that his body began to posture. His fingers were all locked up, and even Tua questioned whether or not he would return to football this year. That's in a different interview. You can find that online as well. Anyways, it's a good thing that he decided to stick with it, because right now, Tua and the Dolphins are on course for a historic season. Last week, Tua recorded his second fewest yards in a game this season, but as I said, he still put up 262 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he put up his second fewest yards in a game this season, And that is more of an indication of how excellent he's been as opposed to him having a poor performance. He averaged 8.5 yards per attempt and managed his third game of the 2023 campaign with at least 3 touchdowns, which came from 3 yards, 4 yards, and 41 yards out. In addition, Tua continued to show the ability to push the ball deep. He completed 2 passes for more than 40 yards and 4 passes of more than 20 yards. He now has at least 249 yards and 1 touchdown in every single game this year. Yeah, Tua has been on fire, guys. Tua has been so good. Let's talk about for a second before I go on with the rest of this intro here. I want to talk about some of the games that we had today, which was pretty interesting. I think it's crazy what these scores were in this game today. Let's pull this up over here. Give me 1 second, make this adjustment. So, it's been good, ladies and gentlemen. The Atlanta Falcons won against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers earlier today. The Buffalo Bills lost to the New England Patriots. Can you believe that? The Buffalo Bills lost to the Patriots today, 29-25. Patriots put up 29, Buffalo Bills 25. The Indianapolis Colts barely lost today to the Cleveland Browns. The Browns 39, the Colts 38. So far, those 2 games alone were well over 100 points in those 2 last games that I mentioned combined. The team that people were saying was going to be a contender for the Super Bowl, the Detroit Lions, got the brakes beat off of them earlier today against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens put up 38 points. The Detroit Lions only managed to muster up 6. Chicago Bears finally got another win. So the Chicago Bears, without Justin Fields, won 30-12 over the Las Vegas Raiders. Lots of interesting stuff happened today, y'all. The New York Giants won a divisional game against the Washington Commanders. Sam Howell was looking really good this season so far. Could not muster up a win. The New York Giants 14, the Washington Commanders 7. And this is the first time all season that Darren Waller has actually put up some points, some fantasy relevant points. He's actually inside the top 15 right now. So in today's game, he managed to be inside the top 15. You know what? Let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys so you can see the top 10, the top 15 fantasy scorers. You can see that on the scrolling bar underneath. So that was the Giants and the Washington Commanders. The Seattle Seahawks comfortably beat the Arizona Cardinals 20-10, and the LA Rams fell to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cooper Kupp had a quiet night. Puka Nacua did have a pretty good day today, but the Pittsburgh Steelers put up 24, and the LA Rams put up 17. Last couple of games are going to be the Denver Broncos, who beat the Green Bay Packers 19-17, a tough loss for the Green Bay Packers as they are rebuilding since the loss of Aaron Rodgers. Good luck with that, Green Bay Packers and your fans. I know it's a tough season for y'all, but you'll be fine moving forward. Hopefully you can get someone else. You need defense. You need defense on that Green Bay Packers squad. Anyways, the LA Chargers lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes threw 4 touchdowns today. Patrick Mahomes looked really good today. Put up 31 against the Chargers, who only put up 17. And, of course, we've got the game for Thursday night, which was the New Orleans Saints and the Jacksonville Jaguars. New Orleans lost to the Jags 24-31. Tonight, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Miami Dolphins. And then tomorrow night, we've got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Minnesota Vikings. And we will be covering that tomorrow. Super stoked about it. Cannot wait for that game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I went into each of these games that had just started here, hello to Sailing La Vida Gypsy. Thank you for the compliment there. Kevin Lee, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate y'all being here. So, okay, let's talk about it, y'all. We were just talking about Tua on your left-hand side of the screen. Talk about the Dolphins this way. So, Tua's main target, we all know him. We all love him. He is Tyreek Hill. Now, Tyreek Hill was picked up by the Miami Dolphins last year from the Kansas City Chiefs. Hill's first season with the Dolphins went about as well as you could possibly go from a fantasy football perspective. Despite moving on from Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill still set career high marks in target shares with 30%, targets, receptions, yardage, and fantasy football points. Tyreek Hill finished second amongst all wide receivers in fantasy points and was a top 25 scorer in a ridiculous 15 of 17 weeks last year. Last week, Tyreek Hill still had a solid game, catching 6 of 10 passes for 163 yards and another additional touchdown. Tyreek Hill has now topped 100 receiving yards in 4 of 6 games, and he also has 6 touchdowns over that same 6-game span. Tyreek Hill is currently the best wide receiver in all of football. You can't deny that. That's not even arguable. That is just straight up fact. He's the best wide receiver in all of football right now. He has 814 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns on 42 receptions over just 6 weeks. Now, funny enough, the next best wide receiver in football right behind him is actually A.J. Brown in regards to total yardage, right? In regards to receiving yards. He is right behind Tyreek Hill in second place in receiving yards with 672 yards, but only 2 touchdowns. And we're going to get to watch both of them play today. We're going to watch Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown get to play in tonight's game. This is so hype, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, Tyreek Hill is an absolute beast, but he will be covered by a combination of James Bradberry and Darius Slay in tonight's game. So that could be a little tough. But that being said, Tyreek Hill is not the only wide receiver in the Dolphins' passing attack. Jalen Waddle is also someone that you're going to want to look out for. Jalen Waddle will be supporting the Dolphins in their quest to get to a 6-1 start. Jalen Waddle has recorded 7 receptions on 9 targets for 51 yards and a touchdown just last week. 7 receptions, 9 targets, 51 yards and a touchdown. No, not as great as 143 and a touchdown, but that is still going to get you double-digit fantasy points. And if you're in a PPR, those 7 receptions are going to be, you can stack those up. Anyways, Jalen Waddle has finished each of his first 2 NFL seasons as a top 15 wide receiver. As a rookie, in 2021, Jalen Waddle was a short-range target. He caught 104 passes for 1,015 yards and 6 touchdowns as a rookie. And last season, Jalen Waddle, well, he wasn't the short target. He was more of a downfield target, and he led all wide receivers in yards per reception with 18.1 yards per reception and yards per target with 11.6. Now, last year, his reception total did go down, but his yardage actually skyrocketed, and his numbers actually would have been even better if Tua didn't miss all of those games with concussion after concussion. Those 3 concussions hurt Waddle's bottom line, and in the 5 games that Tua missed last year, Waddle only had 287 yards and no touchdowns over the 5 games that Tua was out. But what do you expect with the backup quarterback? Anyways, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle proved to be one of the top most dynamic duos in 2022. Again, last year in 2022, Jalen Waddle was not only he not only upheld his status as a top NFL wide receiver, but he also took his game to the next level. He wrapped up the season with the 3rd highest receiving yards in Dolphins history. His yards per reception surged from 9.8 to a league-leading 18.1. While credit has been given to Mike McDaniels, who put up a new offensive scheme, Waddle's explosiveness absolutely played a pivotal role in that accomplishment. So, to put it simply, I know that's a lot of words, but to make it easy and to put it simply, Jalen Waddle is well on his way to establishing himself as one of the NFL's premier and most dynamic wide receivers. This year, the Dolphins' offense is literally second to none. Okay, let's get into the ground game before this game kicks off. We're going to kick off in about 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. The ground game for the Miami Dolphins has also been unbelievable this year. Last week, Raheem Mostert led Miami's backfield with a season-high 20 touches, and he dominated his opportunities when the game was in question. Devon Achane, he's been placed on IR. He was on IR heading into last week's game, so Raheem Mostert used the additional volume to record his second 100-yard rushing performance of the year. highlighted by a 48-yard run. So he could still break big, guys. Raheem Mostert also continued to benefit from the incredibly efficient Dolphins offense with his third multi-score effort of the season. And now, already, he has 11 total touchdowns in only 6 games. I'll say that one more time. Raheem Mostert has 11 total touchdowns in only 6 games. Raheem Mostert rushed the ball 17 times for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. This week, Jeff Wilson will be coming off of IR, and he's going to be rejoining the Dolphins' ranks. Jeff Wilson has yet to play a game this year so far, so tonight is going to be his debut. When Devon Achane comes back, Jeff Wilson, unfortunately, will likely be relegated to that 3rd spot, and he's going to end up being an afterthought. But right now, the Dolphins running backs, they're dealing with multiple injuries, so Wilson's return literally could not have come at a better time. Coming into Week 7, the Dolphins are the only team in the NFL with more than 1,000 rushing yards after the first 6 weeks of play. The next best team, surprise, surprise, is the Philadelphia Eagles with 900 even coming into today's game. But the Eagles' defensive front isn't going to give up the same yardage that the Patriots, the Broncos, the Giants, and the Panthers have. This Eagles defense on the front side there, that's going to be really tough for the Dolphins to crack that code. The Eagles are the second team, are only the second team over 500 that the Dolphins have faced this year. So the only other team that's over 500 that the Dolphins have gone up against, they lost to. And they got the brakes beat off of them by the Buffalo Bills. So let's see what Coach Mike McDaniels can draw up on the offense for the Dolphins tonight. Both the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles have been elite in 2023, but both teams have showed their weaknesses on defense. The Eagles are ranked 17th in the league as far as points allowed per game at 20.7 points per game. The Eagles won't be particularly strong at linebacker tonight since they're starting 2 backups and starting 2 backups at safety as well with Terrell Edmonds and Sidney Brown. Now, that being said, I still personally think that the Eagles will win this game. I do. I think the Eagles will win this game. It's going to be a close matchup, but the Eagles seem like the more well-rounded team. However, I would not be surprised if the Dolphins upset the home team tonight. And as a Dallas Cowboys fan, nothing would make me happier than watching the Eagles fall to 5-2. Still, that being said, this should be an awesome game tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for both of these teams. And I, for one, am so excited to watch this game. Hello, Christina. Hello, Marvin Wells. What's up, man? Keep up the good work. Go Eagles, he says. All right. I love it. I love it. I wonder who you guys think are going to win, whether you think the Eagles or the Dolphins are going to win today. I'm super stoked for it either freaking way. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching Football Nation. I know that there is a lot of competition out there when it comes to live stream commentary, so I want to thank you for hanging out with me during this stream. Whatever your reason is for checking out this channel, I'm just glad that you're here, and I hope that you're enjoying the product that I'm putting out for you, giving you guys this service of doing the live stream commentary. Now, the truth is that it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to get these streams together, and I work my ass off so that you guys can get the best quality play-by-play commentary week in and week out. So I truly hope that you folks are getting real value from these performances, and it would mean the world to me if you would help support this channel by hitting that like button and subscribing to Football Nation. It is absolutely free, and you can take pride in the fact that not only are you helping me reach my dream, but you're also helping thousands of other people, other potential viewers, to find this content. Remember, this content cannot be done without viewers like you guys. It's absolutely free, and it helps keep this channel alive. So I do need your help to keep this channel alive. So if you value this kind of content, and you don't want it to go away, all you have to do is hit that like button, leave a quick comment in the chat box right there on the right-hand side, unless you're watching it on your phone and you can find it on there in a different spot. You can just leave a comment. Man, if you want to roast me in the chat section, go ahead and roast me in the chat section. Share this with your friends. Help me generate some buzz around Football Nation so that we can get some extra production value. I want to bring you guys the best YouTube live stream commentary that you've ever seen, but I cannot do it without your support. So thank you. Thank you again for watching the stream. My name is Mario Manuel, and we are scheduled for kickoff right about now, ladies and gentlemen. So let's give it just a few more minutes, and we'll be here on the field, getting live, going live for you guys. So in the meantime, before we get to that, let me show you guys a quick video because I think it's important that everyone is on the same page when it comes to the commentary that I make. So I call out every formation. Joseph Mason says, you're doing a great job, homie. San Antonio por vida. What's up, brother? Appreciate that. Much love. Okay. In case you don't follow football religiously like I do, this is a quick little video that should help you guys get on track with my play calling tonight. The shotgun formation. Typically used on passing downs like 2nd and long or 3rd and medium, and it has a lot of variations. The quarterback is 5 yards behind the center, and the running back is on either side of him. This is the single back formation. It looks like what it sounds like. The quarterback is under center, and you have a single running back directly behind him. This also has many variations. This is the pistol formation. It's like the single back formation, but the quarterback is 5 yards behind the center, so this buys time for play action plays. Here we have the I formation. It's typically used for short yardage situations. There are 2 running backs behind the quarterback. The front runner blocks and the second finds the holes. And then of course we have the empty backfield, or 5 wide. The quarterback stands in the backfield alone. Typically, this is used in obvious passing down situations like 3rd and long or Hail Marys. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. All right, y'all. So tonight's game, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. It cannot get more exciting than this right now. Both of these teams 5-1. The Dolphins-Eagles franchises are facing off today for the 16th time in their league history. Miami currently leads the matchup with a 9-6 record against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I said this at the beginning of the stream, but for those of you who do not know, both Jalen Hurts and Tua went to the University of Alabama, and they were teammates in the same quarterback room. So this is going to be interesting to watch. I'll get into all of that here at halftime in a second, but it looks like the players are lined up to start this game. The fireworks are going off right now at Lincoln Financial Field, and the Dolphins will be kicking this ball back to the Eagles, and we're about to get this game started. Boston Scott is lined up back there to receive that kick. Ladies and gentlemen, we are lined up to start Sunday Night Football, and this game is on. Here we go. This kick will be a squib, and it will be returned from the 15. He gets up to the 20, down at about the 23-yard line. So to start this game, the Miami Dolphins squib the ball. This is returned, and we're going to start this behind the 25. Starting behind the 25, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here comes Jalen Hurts and the Miami Dolphins getting ready to start this drive. The first drive of Sunday Night Football coming up here in just a quick second. We are in the huddle. In the huddle right now. They were just introducing the players. And here's Jalen Hurts starting in a single back formation. Single back formation to start this game. There's the snap. There's a handoff, and that's going to be a run out to the left-hand side, and already a quick gain right there of about 6. That'll bring up a second down, and 4 for the Philadelphia Eagles there. DeAndre Swift with a quick carry on first down. Good for about 6 yards. Good for about 6 yards, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. That's a good way to start the game. I think that's a great way to start the game for the Eagles. Here we go. They're breaking the huddle, and right back to that same single back formation. Jalen Hurts under center. Actually, we're in a pistol. He's about 5 yards back behind the center. So DeAndre Swift about 5 yards behind him. There's the snap and another handoff to Swift, who goes forward, gains about 2 yards on the ground before getting tackled. That'll bring up a third down for the Philadelphia Eagles. Third down coming up, third down in about 2. The clock is ticking as we approach the 14-minute mark. 1 minute evaporated from this game already. Third down and 2. and the Eagles are facing a third. What will they choose to do here on third down? So back-to-back runs. I'm so stoked to see this game, y'all. Philadelphia Eagles are such a good offense, and so are the Miami Dolphins. This should be a high-scoring affair. Here we go, 3rd and 2, shotgun formation. There's the snap. DeAndre Swift takes it one more time. He takes his time, and he does find some blocks straight up the middle, and we've got a first down for the Philadelphia Eagles. First down, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how you get to work. That's how you get to work. So, moving the chains have moved, and we've got first down action. Once again, a fresh new set of downs for the Philadelphia Eagles. And looks like my game is a little bit behind the schedule here, so I'm going to try to reset that here in just a second, but we'll get to that at a commercial break. Shotgun formation, motion in the backfield from A.J. Brown as he goes to the left side of that formation. To the right side of Jalen Hurts is DeAndre Swift. He takes the snap. He looks left. He throws left. That will be caught, and he'll be dropped down right there. That was Devontae Smith with the catch, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what we've got here. Here the officials. Brad Allen is the referee today, his 10th season as an NFL referee. Offsides by the defense. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty and repeat of first down. They will accept the penalty. And so now we've got a first down and 5. The Eagles are on the 39-yard line, their own. So here we go, a 1st and 5 coming up from the 35-yard line. And the Philadelphia Eagles in a pretty good spot right now as they approach midfield. So back to the shotgun. To the left side of Jalen Hurts this time is DeAndre Swift. We've got 2 wide receivers to the top and 1 to the bottom. There's the snap. So that's going to be a handoff to Smith, and that was on a trap right there. A good block thrown up, and DeAndre Swift is going to run forward and get the first down. That'll be down at about the 45-yard line. Philadelphia Eagles now got a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. So there was a quick snap right there, and Travis Kelce was the one who went to trap on the right-hand side of that front 5. Threw up a pretty good block. Oh, man. He almost muffed the snap, but that was still good. So here we go. 1st and 10, back to the shotgun. Only 2 wide receivers to the left, and there's a snap, and he fakes the handoff. Jalen Hurts winds up and does throw out to that left-hand side in the hands, but no catch. He gets hit on the play. Devontae Smith made the catch, but he did not have a chance to make a football move, so it popped out of his hands, and since he didn't have control of the ball, that will bring up a second down. Second down coming up here for the Philadelphia Eagles. 2nd and 10. We're still on the 45-yard line, shy of midfield. Good throw. I mean, Devontae Smith should have made that catch, but he got hit immediately there. So great job by the defense of the Dolphins to get that stop. Here we go on the 40-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 10. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. He looks right, doesn't like it. He looks left, changes his mind, throws to the running back. Devontae Smith does make the catch. He only gains about 2, maybe 3 yards before going down, and that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Philadelphia Eagles. That'll bring him to about the 48-yard line, so 3rd down and 7 here left to go at about the 48. And this Miami defense actually holding up right now. Christian Wilkins, left defensive end, Raekwon Davis, Zach Sealer. Anyways, so here we go. They're in a 3-4 formation defensively, and they're looking like they're going to bring 4 on this one. Empty backfield for Jalen Hurts. So 5 wide. He's back there by himself. 1 second on the play clock. He takes the snap. He looks right. He has time. He throws right. He does connect. That's going to be Dallas Goedert, who goes and gains some extra yardage before stepping out of bounds. But a big first down for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that will move the chains. The Philadelphia Eagles wearing their retro green jerseys right now. Retro green and their old Eagles logo not only on the field right now, but also on their helmets. It actually looks pretty cool to see that right now. Did you know that the Philadelphia Eagles used to actually share a team with the Pittsburgh Steelers? We'll get into that in a second. 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. He fakes the handoff. He throws deep. That's another catch by Dallas Goedert. And now we're inside the red zone, down at about the 9 or the 8-yard line. So a 1st and goal coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon about the Dolphins defense. That was a quick tight end angle, and he just let that play develop Everyone lost track of Dallas Goedert. Jalen Hurts connected with him, so Dallas Goedert leading the team right now in receiving yards. 8 plays so far, 69 yards. Shotgun formation. Jalen Hurts waiting to take the snap. There it is. That's a fake handoff and a designed run to the right-hand side. Jalen Hurts tries to scramble, and he ends up giving himself up at about the 10 or the 9-yard line. That was a weird kind of... He looked like he struggled to get back up right there. I hope he's okay and he didn't tweak anything in his legs, but that was not a convincing run from Jalen Hurts. I hope he's okay, and that was just, he would rather give himself up than take the hit. Anyways, here we go. A 2nd down and goal. He lost some yardage on that, so a 2nd and goal. Looks like we're at about the 10-yard line. Pistol formation. We're in the pistol. There's the snap. There's a handoff. That's an actual handoff to Kenneth Gainwell, who goes forward and gains about 2 yards there. So Kenneth Gainwell takes the carry, gains 1 yard. 3rd and goal from about the 9-yard line. Can they score right here? Or will they end up with empty points? 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Miami Dolphins holding them back right now. 3rd and goal. What do we got? Here we go. 8 minutes and 45 seconds. We've got a 5 wide right now as Devontae Smith goes to the wide receiver spot. 3 to the left, 2 to the right of the formation. Julio Jones is on the field here. There's a snap, and Jalen Hurts will design run, go forward, and gain maybe 3 yards. Not enough for the touchdown. That will bring up a 4th down and 6. A 4th down and 6 coming up here for the Philadelphia Eagles. What's going on, Taylor Jones? Taylor Jones says, go Eagles. I'm finally watching you on the cover the Eagles game instead of the Cowboys. Hey, man, thanks for checking in. I appreciate you. And I can't see your picture, Taylor, but I appreciate you being here. Anyways, here we go. 24-yard field goal attempt coming up right here for the Philadelphia Eagles from the right hash. There's the snap, there's the hold, there's the kick, and it is good. And the Eagles are the first team to put up points on the board here on Sunday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. The Eagles, the first team to put up points here on Sunday Night Football. And we are cooking. We finally got some points on the board. That drive finished in 3 points. Jake Elliott was the one to cap this one here. That was a 24-yard field goal in case you're interested for your fantasy purposes, and it was good. On this drive, Jalen Hurts completed 3 of 4 passes for 46 yards. Only 1 fantasy football point. That's all right. DeAndre Swift, 4 rushing attempts, 18 yards. He had the longest run so far of 7 yards. Kenneth Gainwell had 1 carry for 1 yard. Jalen Hurts had 2 carries for 1 yard total after that loss. Dallas Goedert is currently the wide receiving leader, even though he's a tight end. He's got 2 targets, 2 receptions, and 44 yards. It is National Tight End Day, ladies and gentlemen. In case you did not know, it is a real thing, and today is that day. So Dallas Goedert getting his first two catches of the day. I believe that there will be more to come from him because the Dolphins do not seem to be able to contain him right now. But the Dolphins making a great stop. So before we got into it, before the game started, I was talking and saying that Tua and Jalen Hurts, both of these guys went to the University of Alabama, and they were teammates in that same quarterback room. This is the first time that these 2 ex-teammates are playing against each other in their NFL careers. Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa were teammates in the 2017 season. And during the college football playoff championship game, back in 2017, they played against Georgia. Jalen Hurts was the starting quarterback in that game, but he let the team fall to 13-0. He was actually pulled from that game from how bad he was playing. Coach at the time was Nick Saban, who substituted in Tua. If you believe that or not, it is a true story. So Tua comes in to replace Jalen Hurts, who was struggling to move the football, and Tua at the time was a true freshman. Jalen Hurts was a sophomore at the time. Anyways, Tua ended up rallying the Crimson Tide to a 26-23 victory in overtime for the championship. And the weirdest thing of all of it is that the winning touchdown pass was from Tua to Devontae Smith. That's right. That's literally what happened in that game. It's crazy. I'm not making this up. That's a true story. You can look it up. Hurts eventually did transfer to Oklahoma before being drafted by the Eagles. But these two teams, these two quarterbacks are leading the league right now in offense. Like, their offenses are hands down the best offenses in the NFL. Anyways, I was also saying before the break here, I was talking about how the Philadelphia Eagles used to share a team with the Pittsburgh Steelers during World War II. There's the kick back to the Miami Dolphins after the 3 points, and the Miami Dolphins offense is coming out onto the field. Here comes Tua and company. Anyways, yeah, back during World War II, there were not enough men on those teams to make one whole football team. So the Eagles and the Steelers combined to make the Phil Pitt Steagles, who played one whole season together. That is another true fact of American history and football history. You can look that one up yourself. So, pretty interesting history with the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously being one of the oldest teams in the NFL. And my Cowboys team's arch nemesis, we will be playing them in Week 9. But right now, here comes Tua starting the game with a shotgun formation. 1st and 10 motion in the backfield, and there's a flag to start the game. And already starting the game, we've got a delay of game, a 5-yard penalty for the Miami Dolphins. Looks like the Dolphins are a little rattled coming out of the gate right here. 7 minutes and 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Right now, the Dolphins are backed up after that touchback, so they're back to the 20-yard line. 1st and 15 coming up for the Dolphins as they're backed up to the 20. They've switched their formation to a pistol. Raheem Mostert lined up 5 yards behind Tua. Motion in the backfield. There's the snap. There's the end around. And that's going to go Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle goes forward, and Jalen Waddle gains about 8 yards before running out of bounds on the end around. That will count as a pass because it was a forward toss there. A forward handoff, which, you know, it's still a handoff, but it was a forward toss. And that goes down as an 8-yard reception for Jalen Waddle to start the game for the Miami Dolphins. So here come the Dolphins as they stay on the field here, marching forward. Here's a 2nd down and 7 back in the pistol formation. Again, the pistol quarterback is 5 yards behind. And then behind him, we've got a running back. That was actually a bit of a wild formation. There's a throw and a beautiful dart thrown downfield just shy of midfield. Tyreek Hill made the catch there. And we've got a big 1st down for the Miami Dolphins on a huge throw right up the gut. Tua threw a dart right there, and Tyreek Hill threading the needle. That was like quadruple coverage. And Tua just trusts his guy, man. Tua just absolutely trusts Tyreek there. Big 1st down. That'll bring up a 1st down and 10. Looks like we're at about the 43-yard line. So we got motion in the backfield from Smythe. There's a toss to the right-hand side. Oh, no. Raheem Mostert will lose some serious yardage there. That'll bring up a 2nd down and about 15. A big 2nd down, a big loss right there for Raheem Mostert. 2nd and 15 from the 38. Miami Dolphins on their own 38-yard line. And the clock will continue to tick. Can the Dolphins get the ball out quickly like they just did? They're going to have to because, again, this Eagles defense is not one of those scrub teams that the Dolphins beat earlier this year. This is a real locked-up football team. And right now, a 2nd and 15. There's the snap. Tua takes his time. He looks right. He throws underneath. That's going to go to Tyreek Hill, who barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 15. 3rd and 15 coming up right here. Take a swig of what I'm drinking. I got myself ready today, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a nice, beautiful bucket of beer. And I filled this bucket up with Kona Big Wave Liquid Aloha. And we're drinking some Hawaii stuff right now. So here we go. 3rd down and 15. We're at the 38-yard line. Shotgun formation. Tua takes the snap. He has to wheel out. He throws underneath. That is going to go to Raheem Mostert, but he threw that one in the dirt. And that'll bring up a 4th down. The punt team will come out for the Dolphins. And the Miami Dolphins come up empty-handed on their first drive of Sunday Night Football. Again, the Dolphins have been great all season, but the Dolphins have not played any good teams this year except for the Bills, and they got beat down by the Bills. And one of the last things that you want to see for the Dolphins right now is an injured player, and the Miami Dolphins right now have an injured, that might be Teron Armstead. Let's see. That might be their left tackle, and they might be in trouble right now. He's actually, Armstead's already not in there, so they're already down to their third. This is Wynn who's coming off the field right now. So, this is their guard right here. And their left guard goes down. He gets stepped on by his own teammate. His ankle gets smashed right there. Oh, no. Oh, that's ugly. So, this offensive line is beat up and battered, and the Dolphins are going to have to figure that out. But the Dolphins are now missing another offensive lineman starter, and they're in trouble. Anyways, here we go. The punt team is out for the Miami Dolphins. Jake Bailey kicking this one back to the Philadelphia Eagles. And this will be out of bounds. This is going to take a bounce. It looks like about the 31-yard line, maybe. The official will mark it at the 32. So the field judge marking that one at the 32-yard line. And we go into a commercial break. Commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a few seconds here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all watching right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Football Nation. My name is Mario Manuel, and I want to thank you guys, all of you, for watching this live stream. Now, whether you're watching this live stream because you're unable to catch the game on TV, or maybe you're just sick and tired of your regular corporate broadcasters, I am here to bring you every play, every snap, and every down, week in and week out. And it is support from viewers like you that make this channel possible. So if you would like to show your support for this channel and content like this, all you got to do is leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe. It is absolutely free, and it really helps push this content to other people just like you who are looking for something different. So thank you to all of you for your support. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you have not already done so. So I've had that scrolling around for long enough. Let's turn that one off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are in the commercial break right now. You know what? Let me get you guys something else. This is something that I prepared way earlier in the season. This was actually during the time right after last year's Super Bowl, and I did a fun little scene here. So watch this one. We'll be right back to the action here in just a moment. This was a historic game. This was the first time that two black quarterbacks competed against each other in the Super Bowl, and that is huge. It was also the first time that two brothers played against each other in the Super Bowl, and that is super cool. And it was the first time that an all-female flight squadron performed the Super Bowl flyover. That is just absolutely incredible, man. Yeah. Also, after that, I came to find out that when the women fly the plane, the front side of the plane isn't called the cockpit. No, it's actually called the box office. All right, moving on. All right, I know, pretty cheesy. I've got some old clips that I'm starting to work on, and we're going to be revamping that here once the season is over and we can get back into the off-season content. But I've got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline right now. I'm super excited for this off-season as well as, obviously, the regular season. This regular season has been really, really good. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers just this season, just a few weeks ago. So this channel is slowly growing, and it is thanks to you guys. I appreciate y'all each and every time you come and join me. Anyways, here we go. Pistol formation from the 31-yard line. The Philadelphia Eagles have the ball, and there's a snap and a handoff to DeAndre Swift, who goes forward and gains 2 yards on first down. That'll bring up a second down and 8 coming up. Second down and 8 coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. That'll bring them up to about the 33-yard line. Short gain right there for DeAndre Swift. I mean, he didn't have a great game last week, but he still did all right. I mean, this season so far, these guys have been really good. Anyways, here we go. Empty backfield here, and it looks like the Dolphins are showing blitz, and they will blitz on this one. And Jalen Hurts gets that ball swatted right down, and that is going to be an incomplete pass. The defense of the Miami Dolphins coming in right there to make a huge stop on second down. Now we're facing a 3rd down and 8. Once again, from the 33-yard line, the Philadelphia Eagles do have possession right now. Miami Dolphins defense getting in there quickly to make the stop. A big stop right there. Big paw gets up to the air. I mean, that could have been picked off. That was beautiful defense right there from the Eagles. I'm sorry, for the Dolphins. Slow down a beat. Empty backfield. Jalen Hurts by himself back there. Play clock to 3. He takes the snap. They bring 4. Jalen Hurts in trouble. He has to scramble. He runs up. He fumbles the football, and he fumbles that one. And it looks like the Dolphins got that ball, and that is going to be Dolphins football. Jalen Hurts fumbles the ball in his own pocket back there, and the Dolphins get away with the football on 3rd and 8. And here come the Miami Dolphins offense back onto the field. 1st and 10, and great field position, short field after that fumble. Jalen Hurts, empty backfield. He took the snap. He thought about going forward. They only brought 4 on this one, and the pocket was holding, but then he stepped out left. The offense didn't want to commit a holding penalty, so they had to let the guys get through. And Jalen Hurts, instead of tucking the ball underneath or tucking it away properly, he brought it up too high. He literally fumbled it. I mean, he took the hit, but no one hit the ball out of his hands. He just dropped that ball. And here we go, a 1st and 10 just outside the red zone from the 23-yard line. Shotgun formation. Tua takes the snap. He fakes the handoff. Another end around for Tyreek Hill, who goes up to the right side, and he goes forward and gains about 3 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 for the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins now in possession of the football after the forced fumble. What an interesting play right there. Tua did a full 360 when he handed that off. He did a full spin like this and tossed the football behind his back. Tossed the football behind his back to Tyreek Hill, who made that little play right there. So 2nd and 7, just outside the red zone. There's a snap and a toss there. Oh, man. And he is going to be met immediately. Raheem Mostert going nowhere in this game. The Eagles' run defense, stout. Eagles' run defense is stout today. And that's a great stop by the Eagles' defense. Looking fantastic defensively right now. No points allowed in this game for the Eagles. Offensively, they put up 3 points, but Jalen Hurts does have a fumble already. Here we go. 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9. We're at the, looks like the 22-yard line now. Waiting for the snap is Tua, empty backfield. 5 wide, he does take the snap. 4 receivers go out. He looks right, he throws right, and he climbs the ladder. Jalen Waddle going up there to make the catch on the right side of the field, and that'll be a big 1st down for the Miami Dolphins down at the 6-yard line. So a huge catch right there for Jalen Waddle as he found the space on a bench route. He ran straight up, and then he ran out diagonally on a bench right there. A beautiful catch. Found the pocket. Found the space. And a 1st down coming up right here. We've got an I formation. 2 running backs behind Tua. Motion in the backfield. There's a snap. There's a handoff. Mostert goes forward. Gains nothing again. He's still on his feet, though, as he fights to gain some yardage. And he will gain nothing there. Nothing gained by Raheem Mostert. So far, Raheem Mostert, God bless America, he has 3 rushing attempts, 4 now. He has -8 yards. Yeah, I thought that might have been a scratch on my screen or something. Nope, that's right. He has -8 yards. His best run, -1. So maybe abandon the run game and just air it out. It might be one of those games, guys. Here we go. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. There's a snap, fakes the handoff. Tua in trouble. He throws right. He does throw to Tyreek Hill, who makes a couple of moves, running backwards instead of forwards, and Tua will lose yards now, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. So it is 3rd and goal right now from the 12-yard line. because Tyreek Hill decided to run backwards after making the catch. I know you're the fastest guy on the field, my guy, but everyone else out there is also an athlete, so you gotta make your choices and stop dancing. Here we go. 3rd down and goal from the 12-yard line. What's coming up? What's coming up here? 3rd and goal, empty backfield. There's the snap. Tua has time. Throws to the end zone, and that will be caught by Tyreek Hill. There's a flag on the play, but it looks like a touchdown for the Miami Dolphins. The back judge put it up. Let's see what they say. Oh, my goodness. Holding offense. Repeat 3rd down. The touchdown has been nullified, and the score remains 3-0. That will push the Miami Dolphins back 10 yards. That is the replacement guard that is in there now. That is the replacement guard that is in there now that committed the penalty there. Actually, that might have been their center who committed the penalty there. And a huge holding right there. A pretty obvious holding as well. Pretty obvious. So going from 1st and goal, and now they are in deep doo-doo. And here we go, 3rd and 22. Got to score a 22-yard touchdown. Tua winds up, throws out. That'll be incomplete. 4th down coming up, and it looks like the field goal unit, Jason Sanders, will come out for the Dolphins. Wearing number 7. Drafted in the 2018 draft in the 7th round, picked 229 by the Miami Dolphins, drafted out of New Mexico. Here he is. Field goals made this year, 5 of them. He's attempted 8, so he's 71% field goal success rate here. 40-yard field goal coming up for the Dolphins. There's the snap. Good hold. There's the kick. The kick is up. Oh, my goodness. That will be good as it squeaks barely inside the right upright. And now we have a tied game at the end of the 1st quarter. We all thought that this game was going to be a huge high-scoring game. I thought this was going to be a shootout. Tyreek Hill's touchdown brought back due to a holding penalty, but still Tyreek Hill is looking pretty good out there. The score is now 3-3, ladies and gentlemen, and the Eagles and the Dolphins are all tied up. Okay, let's get into my chat box. Hey, Madden, thank you so much, dude. That means a lot to me. Madden King, Madden 21, King 75. I love your videos. Your videos are the first I watch. Dude, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. That actually, you just made me blush, bro. Appreciate that. Seriously, then, I've got a lot of content coming up. I got a lot of content coming up during this offseason. Right now, we are in a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. You are not missing a thing right now. After the score, that means that the game is all tied up, and the Dolphins will have to kick this ball back to the Philadelphia Eagles. We are wrapping up the 1st quarter here. 1st quarter is coming to a draw. The 1st quarter is coming to a draw right here. And we're probably going to get a couple of plays before the quarter is up. At least a return here or a touchback, and then 1 or 2 plays before this is all said and done. The 1st quarter is all said and done. Score is 3-3, and nobody has really impressed on either side for the top 2 offenses of the NFL. Both these teams average over 300 yards per game, and so far, the Eagles have 58 total yards of offense, and the Dolphins have 29 total yards of offense. Believe it or not, on the ground, the Eagles have held the Dolphins to -8 yards rushing so far. -8 yards rushing. Now, most of the time, if you want your passing game to be successful, you need to have a good running game. You keep the defense up close. Your wide receivers, once they start piling in the boxes, your wide receivers can make some plays downfield. The way that the Miami Dolphins offense is built, they have to reverse that. In order for their running game to do well today, they're going to have to throw the ball downfield, and Tua is going to have to do his thing. Tua is going to have to connect with Tyreek Hill, and that offensive line, even though it's a bunch of 3rd-string offensive line guys out there, they're going to have to try to play penalty-free. We are looking at a sky view right now of Lincoln Financial Field. Sky view right now of Lincoln Financial Field as we get back into this game. It is 3-all. Both of these teams are 5-1, so someone will take a loss today, and someone will walk away 6-1. Someone will be 5-2, unless we get a draw, which would be, I wouldn't be upset about it either. Anyways, here we go. Kicking this one back are the Dolphins. And this one looks like it will be returned from the 1-yard line. Here we go up to the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40. And he's brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. A huge return right there. A huge return right there from Boston Scott. All the way to about the 39. So a 1st and 10 coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles on the 39-yard line. On the last drive, Jalen Hurts fumbled the football. Can he recover from that mistake? Can he recover from that mistake? So now he's got more turnovers than touchdowns. Not what you want to see. Pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the bottom there. There's a snap and a handoff. DeAndre Swift goes out to the right-hand side around the tackle. He makes a shifty move there and gains about 8 yards. That'll bring him up to about the 48-yard line, 47-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 46. So 2nd down and 3 coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. 2nd down and 3 coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts today, only 55 yards through the air and only 1 yard on the ground. Here we go. From the 46 back to the pistol. Waiting for the snap. Julio Jones is out there on the field. Waiting for the snap. Still 5 seconds on the play clock. There it is. Jalen Hurts looks left. He throws. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be Devontae Smith making the catch right there. That's good for a 1st down. 1st down, a catch for about 8 yards, and that is the end of the 1st quarter, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the 1st quarter, y'all. Okay, so we go back to a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at a commercial break. Today, Darren Waller did have himself a pretty good day. But I decided to pick on him just a little bit last week. Let's go ahead and cut to this one.
I need to know if we have the right tools to build a championship team. Let's start by taking a look at your schematics. Those right there are Brian Daboll's game plans. Throw ball for win. That one's actually the one he drew up last week. But you know what? That's what you're gonna get when you pick up a head coach with no head coaching experience. You've got to be kidding me. This is your offensive line. You could have gotten something a little more reliable, but instead you decided to spend $50 million on your tape measurer. But it's Darren Waller. You know the name. You know how good he is. I mean, he's got to be good for at least 12 yards, right? It says it right there. No. That's not 12 yards, sir. That's 12 feet. 12 feet. Darren Waller doesn't go past 12 feet. We spent $50 million on that. But you did save some money on your hammer. You got yourself a nice hammer here in Saquon Barkley. He's basically just a rental now. What do you mean a rental? Well, you didn't pay him because you wanted to spend $160 million on this little screwdriver. Every toolbox needs a screwdriver, but this screwdriver, that screwdriver definitely ain't worth no $160 million. What am I supposed to do with all these mediocre tools? You might have yourself enough tools here to maybe build yourself a box that you can bury all of your Super Bowl aspirations in.
Yeah. So, obviously, that doesn't really play much anymore considering that Darren Waller finished as fantasy football's number 14 top scorer this week. He had a really good day on National Tight End Day. Tyrod Taylor did a great job helping him out. So it's been pretty good for Darren Waller, at least today. Cheers to him. Cheers to what an interesting football week. I think I'm going to lose in my league, especially the way that Raheem Mostert is playing right now. And I'm definitely going to lose in the other league unless Tyreek Hill can just absolutely pop off right now. But right now, Tyreek Hill only has 37 yards. I was hoping that he would get me 37 points, and that's not looking like it's going to happen at this moment. So, in a little bit of trouble. But we've got plenty of game left for y'all. We've still got a whole 3 quarters right now. A 1st and 10 will be coming up here in just a moment. We're just wrapping up this commercial break right now. They're showing flag football. I would be so down to join a flag football league. One day we'll be doing that, but got to make sure I get the right insurance. So, we're in the 1st quarter. You know what I haven't done is actually switch to my 1st quarter music. 1st and 10. We're at the 45 across midfield, ladies and gentlemen. Across midfield. There's the snap, fakes the handoff. There's a toss to Dallas Goedert on the right-hand side. Goedert using the truck stick and getting up to about the 41-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 43 instead of the 41, so they're pushing him back. That's a 2nd down and 7. Man, these officials are definitely not giving any easy yardage today, which is totally fine. No easy yardage today by the officials. Totally cool. We are back to the action, ladies and gentlemen, and during the action, I try to avoid the chat as much as possible. How about Tyrod Taylor today, guys? Tyrod Taylor finishing in the top 15, top 10, actually, with 25 points. Here we go. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 6. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. He throws a medium-length pass. That is going to be to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown does make the catch, but it is just short of a 1st down. So here comes a 3rd and 1 coming up on the 37-yard line. They are on the Miami Dolphins 37-yard line, across midfield, trying to gain some additional yardage here. 13 minutes, 55 seconds left to go in the first half of this Sunday Night Football game. So, 3rd and 1 coming up for the Eagles. What you got, brother? What you got? Shotgun formation. 13 minutes and 40 seconds. Motion in the backfield from A.J. Brown as he goes to the left. And he takes the snap. There's a handoff, and that is going to go forward. That is going to be Kenneth Gainwell, but he's not going to gain anything, and that'll bring up a 4th down. So a 4th down and 1, and the team that is known for the brotherly shove here in the city of brotherly love, what will they do on this 4th down and 1? Of course, here comes the sneak. And there it is, and Jalen Hurts goes forward. He does get it, but there is a flag on the play. It might be an offsides on the defense. The official coming to the line judge to find out. Let's find out. They're saying that it looks like the defense was offsides. I'm thinking it's probably the same call. But let's see what the officials have to say here. Sirianni out there. I don't see any offsides during the snap. I don't see a neutral zone. Yeah, there is no neutral zone established there. There's a hand in front right there. I think the nose tackle was definitely inside the neutral zone. Hands in front of the football. Okay. Both teams were offsides. Both teams were offsides. Okay. All right, so that answers that. Both teams were offsides, ladies and gentlemen, which means that those 2 penalties will negate. So those 2 penalties, offsetting penalties, and here we go. Another 1st down coming up here, or a 4th down play coming up once again. Yeah, both teams had one hand in the neutral zone. They're going to call those both offsides. I think a good call for the official right there. I think a good call for the officials to keep both teams honest. And here we go on a 4th and 1. Another quarterback sneak coming up, and Jalen Hurts will push the pile, and he will get that 1st down. 1st down for the Philadelphia Eagles. How good is Jalen Hurts at converting these plays? And Tua is just out there on the sideline giving him the nod, you know. I mean, wow. Jalen Hurts, man, he didn't even get his feet on the ground, really. He was carried by the rest of his guys. He definitely got the brotherly shove. His feet came straight up off the ground. His feet came straight up off the ground, and he got pushed across the line. How crazy is that? Anyways, 51 of 58 successful quarterback sneaks for Jalen Hurts this year. Let's keep that tally coming. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10 from the 35. He has time in the pocket. He looks right. He throws deep. He throws too deep, and that will be an incomplete pass, bringing up a 2nd down for the Philadelphia Eagles. 2nd down. Wow. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another successful shove. Okay, underneath here, ladies and gentlemen, I have the current, what do you call that? Whatever those are. You know what those are. They're standings. Yes, the records for all of these teams. Here we go. Empty backfield, 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Miami's 35-yard line. Philly has the ball. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. Ooh, and a quick throw out to the left-hand side. That will be batted down, and there's a flag in the play. They're probably going to say Offsides. Wow. I thought maybe roughing the passer. Let's see what the flag is. I saw it come up and say offsides, but no, I was right. Personal foul, roughing the passer. I think that's a BS call because the defense was just in there doing their job. Jalen Hurts, yeah, I mean, I guess. But Jalen Hurts definitely sold that. He threw the ball and he flopped on the ground. But still, a 15-yard penalty, and the Eagles will get a first down coming up right here. First down coming up right here on the 20-yard line. Oh, that's a weak hand. Anyways, 20-yard line. Here we go. Pistol formation. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. He does hand that ball off. And DeAndre Swift will get wrapped up and gain nothing there. DeAndre Swift gaining maybe 1 yard. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 9 from the 19-yard line. Oh, Jalen Hurts, man. He might as well be an actor. That was beautiful. He got barely tapped. He gets shoved by his guys all the time. The brotherly shove. But as soon as someone else puts his hands on him, it's like instant kill mode and Smash Bros. Anyway, shotgun formation. Here we go from the 20-yard line. Waiting for the snap. There's Jalen Hurts. There it is. He will fake the handoff, look left, and throw left. And Dallas Goedert goes inside, and Dallas Goedert goes all the way. A touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles. Touchdown, Philly. So the score is now 9-3. The Philadelphia Eagles ahead by 6. And the point attempt is coming up here with 11 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the first half of regulation. So the Eagles doing well right there to complete this drive so far. So this drive went 46 yards, 5 passes, 4 rushes, capped off with a touchdown. And it looks like the snap is there. The hold was wobbly, but the kick is up and the kick is good. And the Dolphins are now trailing the Philadelphia Eagles 3-10. Eagles putting up 7 points on the board at the end of this drive. A good drive for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that brings their total yards of offense up to over 100. So the Eagles have 104 yards of total offense. The poor Miami Dolphins only have 29, and the only reason they got those 29 yards was because of the fact that they forced a fumble. So Jalen Hurts right now has 7 fantasy football points, 82 total yards through the air. He's also got an additional 3 yards on the ground with 3 carries. DeAndre Swift, not very productive, but definitely more productive than Raheem Mostert. DeAndre Swift right now has 28 total yards. Dallas Goedert on National Tight End Day right now is killing the game. Dallas Goedert right now has 16 fantasy points. He's got 4 targets, 4 receptions, 67 yards, and a touchdown right now. That last play went for 22 yards. Good job. Good play right there. That last play went for 19 yards. His longest of the day was 22. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out the chat. We are at a commercial break. Nothing happening right here. Nothing happening in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to talk with me, if you guys just want to say what's up, give me the thumbs up. The rock and roll fingers, whatever, man. You want to talk trash, you don't like my silver looking tie, let me know. Let me know what I can change. Let me know how I can make this channel better because I am here for you guys. So thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all so much for watching Football Nation. Right now we are in a commercial break. We are in the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen. When we get back from this commercial break, the Philadelphia Eagles will kick this ball back to the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins will start their 3rd drive of this contest. I think that should be their 3rd drive. I might be wrong about that. We'll double check. I'll check that here in a second. Anyways, total time of possession. The Philadelphia Eagles have been controlling this game from the start. Philadelphia Eagles, 12.5 minutes of total possession time. Only 6 minutes over here for the Miami Dolphins. So the Miami Dolphins are definitely behind the ball right now. Only 2 first downs for the Dolphins, 8 first downs for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Dolphins have converted 2 of 5 of their 3rd downs. Eagles only 1 of 3, but they haven't needed to get to 3rd down. They're moving the ball effectively and efficiently. So, and I got those backwards. Dolphins 1-3, 1 of 3. Eagles 2 of 5. Gosh, let me get myself together here. Anyways, so we're at a commercial break. You guys aren't missing anything at the moment. What a big game. We had some really, really nice games earlier today, ladies and gentlemen. Some very, very high scoring games in the NFL today. Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots putting up over 60 points today. Lies, they put up 54. Anyways, there's the kick back. And Braxton Berrios will return this when he gets up to the 20, the 25, the 30, up to the 33, 4-yard line before getting brought down. So a good return there from Braxton Berrios. So Wynn got his leg stepped on earlier on the Dolphins offensive line. He's questionable with a quad injury, not even his ankle after getting stepped on. Not much you can do there if you're the left tackle and you're trying to hold someone that's 300 pounds back who's trying to blitz you. I mean, you got to just stay in front of your assignment. Unfortunately, someone was behind him and someone got stepped on. Here we go. There's an offset formation there and a quick handoff underneath. Jeff Wilson will get his first carry, unless that's Salvon Ahmed. And that is Ahmed with his first carry. So Ahmed making his first carry on that one. That goes for just about 1 or 2 yards because this Eagles defense, again, is not one of the garbage defenses that the Dolphins have played so far this season. The Dolphins need to understand that. The Eagles are beatable. The Eagles are beatable, but they have to beat them through the air. Here's motion in the backfield from Tyreek Hill as he goes to the left side, fakes the handoff. Tua throws to the left side. Tyreek Hill does make the catch at about the 41-yard line, excuse me. So that'll bring up a third down. A third down coming up here now for the Miami Dolphins. It's going to be a 3rd and 3. It looks like we're at about the 41-yard line. So 3rd and 3, Tyreek Hill, good hands. That was threading the needle. And Tua, the only active left-handed starting quarterback right now in the NFL, is out there at this moment. So shotgun formation. Motion in the backfield for Braxton Berrios. He takes the snap. Tua looks left, doesn't like it, looks right, throws underneath. He is smothered right there. No flag. Easily could have been a pass interference, but nothing was called there. And a 4th down is coming up right here for the Miami Dolphins. What will they do? They are not in a great spot to go for it on 4th. They're going to probably end up having to punt this one away. And yeah, I see the defense coming out and the special teams coming on. And here we go. Punt formation. Punt formation right here. Jake Bailey getting ready to punt again. Here's another one that goes up, up, and away. And the Eagles will get the ball back. Oh, that one will go all the way to the end zone. So the Eagles will start this drive at the 20-yard line. Bailey almost putting that one out of bounds, but not good enough to put it on the 1-yard line. So the Philadelphia Eagles will start this drive from the 20. Not bad, right? Not bad. So we are inside of 10 minutes left to go in this first half. If you're just now joining us, ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles are leading in this game 10-3 over the Miami Dolphins. The Philadelphia Eagles today were 3-point favorites coming into this. It was an over-under of 52. I can go ahead and bring up those stats for you guys as well. You can see that right under here. So 3-point favorites were the Philadelphia Eagles. The home team expected to win. Right now they're up by 7. I got to get myself another one. I will not go anywhere, actually, because I've set it up right here. Okay. So you guys know, this is my Kona Big Wave. I know it gets all weird because I've got the green screen effect behind me. And I've been doing the raw video footage where I show you guys my room. The office that I work in, it really is just an extra bedroom in the house, y'all. It's nothing crazy, I promise you that. So my girlfriend was cool enough to let me paint one of the walls in the house. She was cool enough to let me paint it green, and I was able to paint the green screen wall, and we're rocking with a green screen wall, a full-on green screen wall, and I love it. So it's great for the purposes for why I've got this. So a little bit about myself because I want you guys to get to know me just a little bit. So right now, I'm just in the middle of a transition. I have gone from working as a network engineer, and I actually start a new position tomorrow as an account specialist with an IT company, a different IT company, and I will keep you guys updated on that as well. But that is what I do during my day job. Eventually, my goal, my dream is to be able to give up my day job and be able to do YouTube full-time for you guys. But what I do in my spare time, besides what I'm doing right now, which you guys are watching, is I actually officiate middle school and high school football here in San Antonio, Texas. So I know a little bit about football. I'm looking to join a flag football league. We will be doing some cool XFL, USFL coverage, especially now that there has been a merger. So in case you did not know that as well, there is a merger with the XFL and the USFL, and we'll be going to some of those games as San Antonio does have an XFL team, the San Antonio Brahmas, and we'll be getting you guys some coverage from those. Anyways, we are back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Eagles in a pistol formation from the 20-yard line. They lead by 7. There's a snap and a handoff. Stays on the ground right now, and DeAndre Swift gets tackled for a loss. That'll be a loss of 1, maybe a gain of none. A second down coming up right here for the Eagles. Second down, ladies and gentlemen, second down. So 2nd and 10, a gain of 0, a loss of 0. That's totally fine. As long as you don't lose yards, you're winning. The first quarter for the Dolphins, guys, the Dolphins had -8 yards. Can you believe that? Here we go. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 10. There we go. There's the snap. He looks left. Jalen Hurts throws left. He connects with A.J. Brown, who breaks a tackle, breaks 2 tackles, stays on his feet, and goes forward for the first down. That looks like a first down for the Philadelphia Eagles. A.J. Brown, slow to get up, but he does get up. He needs just a second. He's all right. He's tackled on his own sideline so he can step out for a play really quick without having to run across. But A.J. Brown making a big play right there. Big stiff arm. He did take a hit, helmet to helmet, right on the chin. I think that might be why he's slow to get up. Had to bite down on that mouthpiece, and he's a little rocked. So back to the pistol, y'all. Looks like A.J. Brown is staying out there for this play. No, that's not. That's Oladeus Zaccheaus. Either way, nothing being passed. That is going to be another handoff straight up the middle. DeAndre Swift will gain 3 yards there. A.J. Brown with his helmet off on the sideline now. I wonder. I hope he's not concussed. That looked like enough to knock someone out, honestly. That probably would have knocked my ass out. He took that helmet, the crown of the helmet, right on the face mask, right on the chin, so that probably hurt. Anyways, here we go. 2nd down and 7 coming up right here for the Philadelphia Eagles. On the 33-yard line, 2nd down. There's the snap. Jalen Hurts looks left. He throws short underneath. That will be caught, but he'll be dropped down immediately right there. And Julio Jones making his first catch as a Philadelphia Eagle, wearing number 80 right now, the veteran 7-time Pro Bowler, making his first catch right now. And now that A.J. Brown is missing a few plays here, this might be the chance for Julio Jones to start getting involved. His debut right now with the Eagles and his first catch right here, right now. He literally joined the team last week, and he's already playing. So here we go. Shotgun formation. Once again, we're up to the 36-yard line. So a 3rd and 4. Dolphins show blitz. And they will. They'll bring the house. And Jalen Hurts in trouble as he scrambles. He does end up breaking through, and he goes forward, and he does get the first down. There is a flag. There is a flag. Is he going to drop the fumble right there? I don't know if Jalen Hurts got fully out of bounds before dropping the ball. But either way, a flag. Let's see what this is. Holding on the defense. Does not happen often, but it happened today. Eli Apple making the mistake there. And that's another flag for the Dolphins defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. Jalen Hurts did gain about 5 yards, but the penalty will be enforced. Who was the hold on? It was on Eli Apple. I didn't see it. Jalen Hurts goes out of bounds. I don't know. It looked like he might have fumbled it, but he was out of bounds before he did. So here we go. Anyways, First down coming up for the Eagles, just shy of midfield. There's a handoff right there, and Kenneth Gainwell will gain nothing there. A big stop for the Dolphins defense. Second down coming up right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. Second down coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. That was a good handoff right there. He had some blocks, but Kenneth Gainwell just doesn't have the shiftiness of Swift. 2nd and 9 coming up. We're at about the 48-yard line. Jalen Hurts winds up, throws, connects with Devontae Smith across midfield, and that'll bring up a first down. Down at the 41-yard line, here comes a 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the 41. A big catch on the right-hand side from Devontae Smith. He did a quick little comeback route and got wrapped up immediately by the Dolphins defense. Wrapped up immediately by Kader Kohu. Here we go, back in the pistol. There's a snap and a handoff. Kenneth Gainwell still in the backfield. He runs forward. He gains about a yard before getting brought down by 3 different Dolphins defenders there. Oh my goodness, got to stretch myself out a little bit here. But Christian Wilkins was there to make the stop, ladies and gentlemen. Christian Wilkins was actually a first-round draft pick back in the 2019 draft. He's the left defensive end for the Miami Dolphins, wearing 94. The dude is 6'4" and 310 pounds, and he is fast. And I'm talking like he'll mess you up, man, if he gets to you. Anyways, motion in the backfield right now. Oladea Zaccheaus moving to the left-hand side of the formation, fakes the handoff. Jalen Hurts in trouble. Oh, my goodness. He gets blown up, and Devontae Smith still makes the catch unbelievably, and Jalen Hurts got his shit rocked. Oh, my goodness. He's slow to get up, but he's back up on his feet right now. Devontae Smith caught a wobbly pass. The defense got to him. That football was like spinning like this when it got to him. It looked like it was punted his way, and he still made the catch with his hands, not with his body, but with his hands. Bobbled it a little bit, but was able to corral it while getting hit. Good enough for 4 yards. So a third down coming up, 3rd and 6. There's a snap and a handoff. Kenneth Gainwell goes forward, gains about 3 yards. That'll bring up 4th and 3, and the field goal unit will probably come out here. The field goal unit will probably come out here. Let's see what the Dolphins decide to do. It is 4th and 3. They're on the Miami Dolphins. Let's see what the Eagles decide to do. They're on the Miami Dolphins 33-yard line, ladies and gentlemen. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Maybe they're going to try to get them to bounce or snap and get the offsides here. Does the Dolphins defense have the discipline? 4th and 3. Shotgun formation. They snap it. Jalen Hurts looks left, looks right, in trouble. He gets, oh my goodness, he's in trouble, and he's wheeling out to his right, and he throws a deep shot, and that'll be caught by A.J. Brown, and that looks like it's going to be a touchdown, Philadelphia. Oh my goodness. If that's going to stand, let's see if A.J. Brown reached out all the way. This may not be a total touchdown because it looked like he might have been down before he stretched out across the end zone there. But if he scored, the score will be 16-3. No, his backside is down on the 1. His backside is down on the 1-yard line. That will not go down as a touchdown. It's going to be a 1st and 1. They're reviewing it, but I just needed to see that replay once. I didn't even need to see the replay. It didn't look like a touchdown to me anyways. Jalen Hurts going out of control. The defense just too slow to get there. The defense just could not get to him right there. That was Bradley Chubb, the linebacker, who broke through and got his hands to Jalen Hurts, forcing him to scramble out to his right-hand side. And Jalen Hurts looked like he was a deer in the headlights, not sure where to throw, but downfield he saw his favorite target, number 11, A.J. Brown, and he connected with him. A.J. Brown made the catch, got chased down from behind, whipped to the ground, and just before he went down, he tried to stretch his arm out, but he went down with his backside on the 1-yard line. No touchdown there. So here we go. Looks like a brotherly shove, and it will be a shove, and that's going to go in, and that's for sure going to be a touchdown this time. And now we've got a touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles. Unbelievable. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It will be 16-3. The Philadelphia Eagles have a comfortable lead before halftime right now. Can the Miami Dolphins high-powered offense come back and score on this one? They're going to absolutely need to. The defense just looked, they just got manhandled, y'all. The Dolphins defense just got manhandled on that shove, on that, that's his 32nd career touchdown. That ties the Eagles record for a quarterback with rushing touchdowns. The other quarterback is Randall Cunningham for the Philadelphia Eagles. 32 rushing touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. And here we go. Here comes the extra point attempt. There's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up. The kick is good. Jake Elliott doing his thing right now. The score is 17-3, and the Miami Dolphins are starting to let this game slip away from them. The Eagles look like the real deal, and I think the Dolphins are getting exposed right now. The Dolphins are definitely getting exposed at this moment, ladies and gentlemen. Can they answer back? Defensively, not a whole lot besides the one fumble. The Dolphins need to figure out not only how to stop the Eagles defensively, which is easier said than done, but they're going to have to figure out how to outscore the Eagles, who right now are on pace to put up 34 points against them. And the Eagles are comfortable. They've got a very comfortable lead right now. So good for you, Eagles. Good for you. Happy for you guys. Let's go. Felice says, let's go Dolphins with the flex, with the Tua flex. What's up, girl? Thank you for checking out the chat. Thank you for being here. Much love with the shakas. Love it right there. Felice, you got me pumped up right now. Thanks. Appreciate that. All right, y'all. We are at a commercial break. When we get back, the Dolphins are going to have to kick. The Eagles will have to kick this one back to the Miami Dolphins. Going to have to kick this one back to the Miami Dolphins. Here's another one for you guys in just a quick second. Let's go ahead and make this one. I was talking about Jalen Hurts. We'll make this one quick. Jalen Hurts might be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL right now, but did you know that the last 17 quarterbacks who lost their Super Bowl debut never went back to the championship game? Basically, if this is your first time going to the Super Bowl, you'd better win because you might not make it back. Also tied for 6th place with 2.6 million Instagram followers are the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have only won one Super Bowl, but they do have 29 postseason appearances. When you think of great Eagles players, you think of players like Donovan McNabb, LaShawn McCoy, and now Jalen Hurts. This highly competitive football team might stand out to you for many reasons. Maybe it's the fact that they played in the first ever televised football game back in 1939. Or maybe it's the strange leftward-facing logo, which is the only left-facing logo in the NFL. Or perhaps it's the wild fan base that flips cars and climbs up lampposts after winning a Super Bowl game. Whatever your reasons are for loving the Eagles, you are not alone. Just make sure that you park your car somewhere safe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to the action. Thank y'all for watching these videos that I've got. As you can see, some of these might be a little older, and these are things that I'm pulling way back from the archive. Slowly but surely, upping the quality of my content, slowly but surely, taking my content and my commentary up to the next level. But here we go. There's a kick all the way back to the Miami Dolphins. This one looks like it will be returned. Braxton Berrios coming back with it. He's up to the 15, the 20. He'll be dropped just past, looks like just past the 25. If I counted that right, it's an interesting angle. And it looks like this one will be marked at the 28-yard line. So here come the Dolphins right now. Here come the Miami Dolphins right now. 1st and 10 from the Dolphins' own 28-yard line. 15 passing touchdowns from Tua coming into today. 15 rushing touchdowns for the Dolphins as well. They're on pace to have a historic season, but tonight they need to prove that. Here we go. Shotgun formation motion out right there. So Jeff Wilson's in the game. There's a quick throw, wide receiver screen out to Tyreek Hill, who goes up the left side. Tyreek Hill will be brought down at about the 33. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 32. And that brings up a 2nd down and 6 for the Miami Dolphins. The clock is ticking. That play did end in bounds. Both teams have 2 timeouts as we come into the 2-minute warning. It looks like Jalen Waddle is on the sideline. He is leaving the game right now. He's going into the locker room. He is holding his lower back. Jalen Waddle questionable to return right now. And we have an injured Eagle on the field. So Jalen Waddle fans, Jalen Waddle owners right now, y'all better check your fantasy lineups. Hopefully he does come back for your sake. My girlfriend I know has Jalen Waddle in her fantasy lineup, so that's got to be... I don't know how you're doing right now, Christina, but I hope you're doing well in your fantasy team. Anyways, here we go. Philadelphia Eagles are up by a lot. It is 17-3 right now. And they're showing an injury right here. I mean, a small contact right there, but that's not who you want to see go down. That is Fletcher Cox, y'all. Fletcher Cox coming off the field, the defensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. So if you know anything about your Eagles defense, that is one of your veterans right there, and you do not want to see him go down. I think he's okay. He might miss a couple of plays, but he did just leave the game right now. 2nd and 6. Here we go from the 32-yard line. There's a snap and a backwards throw, and here comes a windup, and he's in trouble, and he scrambles, and he's going to end up taking a huge tackle because he didn't throw the football. That was an interesting play by Mike McDaniels. That's going to be a sweat sack. Not technically a sack, I guess. Maybe. Jeff Wilson, his first game back, is now trying to play quarterback for Tua. That makes absolutely no sense. What a weird play call. So, Tua took the snap. He looked back. He threw a backwards pass to Jeff Wilson, who made the catch and then wound up to throw downfield. Pressure was coming in. After the play was over, fouls by both teams. And so 2 penalties will be to offsetting. 2 offsetting penalties. These teams are already getting chippy. They're throwing hands and fighting one another already. But it doesn't matter. Here comes a 3rd down and 13. They're in trouble right now. A 3rd and 13. And they're backed up right now. They're up to their 25-yard line. And they got to make something happen here. So a 3rd and 13. Miami Dolphins have the ball. Miami Dolphins are in trouble of letting this game get too far away from them. Tua in an empty backfield and a false start on the left guard right there. An obvious false start on their 3rd string left guard. False start on the offense that will push them back. So now we've got a 3rd down and 18. And the Miami Dolphins are going to have to do something big here. And let's see what they dial up. Miami Dolphins are going to have to do something big here. Here we go. So a 3rd and 18. Empty backfield. And he steps back. He's all the way on his back 10-yard line. Plenty of time. A deep, deep throw over here. Oh, my goodness. And that'll be caught at the 50-yard line. Wilson making the catch right there. Jeff Wilson. Actually, that is not Jeff Wilson. That is Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson Jr., the 2018 pick, picked up in the 6th round. That is huge first down play. On the right sideline, up to the 50-yard line, a big catch for the Dolphins, and they move the chains as we go into the 2-minute warning. Wow. Cedric Wilson Jr. at a Boise State 6'2", 200 pounds, making a huge play right there. He is not someone that is normally on the field, but it looks like with Jalen Waddle out, we're going to be seeing a lot more Cedric Wilson Jr. throughout the rest of this game. Let's see if Jalen Waddle does come back into this game. He is holding his lower back. You can see him out on the sideline holding like this. kind of as he walks out to the locker room. So it could be a tailbone thing. It could be a lower back issue. But either way, he's going out to the sideline. Looks like he's gonna get scanned. They're gonna have to scan him out there. So we're back at a commercial break. We are in the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen, and so far in this game, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how this game has gone so far. Total offense for the Philadelphia Eagles, 179 total yards. Total yards for the Miami Dolphins, 62. So the Dolphins, the team that has had the most offensive yards, averaging the most yards in football right now, they don't even have 100 yards yet of total offense. This is my favorite stat line. So through the air, the Dolphins have 69 passing yards. Rushing on the ground, the Dolphins have -7. -7 rushing yards for the Miami Dolphins. Talk about an abysmal performance. Raheem Mostert, nowhere to be found, and he will be nowhere to be found probably for the rest of this game. I mean, he's been running backwards. He's got -8 yards, and I'm desperate to check my fantasy lineup right now, y'all, because that is absolutely going to kill me. Shit. And on top of it, I only have one quarterback to play tomorrow. Joe Burrow is on a bye week, and I'm playing Kirk Cousins against the 49ers tomorrow. So pray for me. I will take your thoughts and prayers. I appreciate them, and hopefully I could squeeze a W out of my backside, because I for sure will have to squeeze one out. There's no way. There's just no way. Anyways, here comes a 1st and 10, y'all. A 1st and 10 for the Miami Dolphins. We're back to the action. We are at midfield right now. Shotgun formation, motion in the backfield. There's the snap. Tua looks left. Tua throws left, connects. That's Braxton Berrios, who stays on his feet, makes someone miss, runs forward, gets to the other side of midfield, down at the 44-yard line. A 44-yard line, and we've got a 2nd down coming up, a 2nd and short. 2nd and medium. It's going to be a 2nd and 4. They need to get to the 40, and we're at the 44 right now. Okay. Here we go. Dolphins trail by 14 as we approach halftime. Motion in the backfield from Braxton Berrios. He looks left. He throws left. And that is Tyreek Hill on the catch. And Tyreek Hill makes the catch up to about the 29-yard line. 1st down for the Miami Dolphins. 1st down, Dolphins. Let's go. They got to throw the ball quickly. That's the only way. That's the only way that this ground game is ever going to get started. Tua has to continue to do that. So there's the snap. He looks left. He throws left. That's a catch, and he'll go out of bounds right there. And this time it is Jeff Wilson on the left-hand side who makes the catch and gets tackled as he's pulled down out of bounds. Tyreek Hill, good job making that catch. Can he get another one? 2nd down coming up right here for the Miami Dolphins. So this drive, Tua's completed 5 of 5 for 59 yards. Just let the man cook. Let Tua cook, baby. Let him cook. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Shotgun formation. At the 25-yard line. Takes the snap. Looks right. Doesn't like it. Looks left. Changes his mind. Ends up getting sacked. And he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. A helmet popped off there. But the officials didn't see it happen. Could have been an illegal hands to the face. Was not called. Hardly ever do you see helmets just pop off like that without the defense making something happen. We're going to watch this replay, and I'm curious to see if the Eagles do. Wow, how did the officials miss that? How did the officials miss that? Oh my goodness. Because you know why? Because they're watching the football and not watching the players. That is like the number one thing you're told not to do as a referee. As a referee / umpire, obviously the other players are you follow your cues. There's a whole thing. You got to follow your cues. Anyways, here we go. A 3rd down and 8, a huge 3rd down. We're at the 27-yard line, shotgun formation. Shotgun formation from the 27-yard line. Tua takes the snap. Tua looks right. He looks left. He throws deep all the way down. Tyreek Hill burns the defense, and Tyreek Hill scores a touchdown. Dolphins! Tyreek Hill, there are no flags, and that is a touchdown for the Miami Dolphins. A much-needed touchdown before the half, so that will bring this up to 9-17. The Dolphins with a big touchdown there on the left-hand side. He was double covered, and you just cannot stop Tyreek Hill. You got to trust that man, and you got to keep throwing the ball his direction. You got to keep throwing the ball his way. So here we go, lined up for the extra point attempt. There's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up. The kick is good. So now we have a one-possession game. 39 seconds left to go before we hit halftime. A one-possession game, ladies and gentlemen. Tua, the left-handed quarterback, throws to the left-hand side. Tyreek Hill makes the catch, gets 3 feet in bounds, and he's looking great as he flops like a fish. And the Miami tuna fins, the Miami tuna fish, making a big play right there. Miami Dolphins now trail by 7 after getting 7 back. They were down by 14, and there is still life left in the Dolphins. Total scores right now, total score between both teams, 27 points. The over-under was 52. The Philadelphia Eagles right now, 17. Miami Dolphins have 10. There are 39 seconds left to go. So this may not be the final score. Before we go into the locker room, both teams have, well, the Eagles have 3 timeouts. The Dolphins have 1, and we are at a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. A big, big score right there for the Miami Dolphins, and things are looking good, y'all. Things are looking good. This game is starting to get a little more exciting. Gotta love the excitement. I'm super hyped about it. So we've been staring at that one for long enough. And the other thing I keep forgetting to do is changing my music. Got to make sure I keep the music coming. Got to keep the music, keep the flow happening, because things are changing in this game. And so our energy changes whenever we change the music. So I hope y'all can hear that. I know it's quiet. You're not supposed to necessarily be listening to the music, but in case I got nothing to say, I don't want just dead air. So trying to get you guys a little bit of jazz right there. Okay. You know who we haven't really talked about a whole lot are the coaches for these teams. So Mike McDaniels is the head coach for the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniels was appointed as the Miami Dolphins' 11th head coach on February 7th, 2022, marking his inaugural season as the head coach in the NFL. That was his first time as a head coach ever in the NFL. He used to be, famously, now that everyone knows about it, he used to be the ball boy for the Broncos. The Broncos didn't want to give him the job. And now, as the head coach of the Dolphins, he beat the brakes off the Broncos in probably the worst beat down in the past 50, 60 years. So, under his leadership, under Coach Mike McDaniel's leadership, the Dolphins have had an impressive first year with a winning record, 9-8. And right now, they've got another winning record right now. They're looking pretty good. They also clinched the playoff spot last year. And notably, under his leadership, several players achieved career milestones, with 4 players earning Pro Bowl selections. Obviously, Teron Armstead, Bradley Chubb, Tyreek Hill, and Xavier Howard, marking the team's highest Pro Bowl count since 2016. He is the offensive play caller for this squad. There's the kick. And this goes back to the Eagles, who have 39 seconds left to make something happen. They're going to start this drive after a touchback on their own 25-yard line. The offensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins is Frank Smith. Frank Smith was a new addition to the Dolphins offensive coaching last year. That was his first year. He does have 2 decades of coaching experience, though, including 14 years in the NFL and 6 years coaching college football. This is his inaugural season as an NFL offensive coordinator. Well, last year was. Anyways, here are the Eagles, 25-yard line. Shotgun formation. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. They bring 4. He finds himself in trouble. He has to scramble, and he's going to get sacked well behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll go down at the 19. And the clock will continue to tick. A timeout will not be called, and it looks like the Eagles are just going to let this one run down. They don't need to do another play. They can just go into the locker room at this point. The clock is ticking, and that's probably what they're going to do since no timeout was called. It looks like the Miami Dolphins, their defense is reinvigorated after that touchdown. I'm telling you guys, man, we are... Wow. Okay, so halftime, ladies and gentlemen. We are at halftime, officially at halftime. So I thought earlier this year that there was a very good chance that the Dolphins could actually make the Super Bowl. So I made a quick video about it. And since we're at halftime, I'm going to drop this one for you guys here in just a second. I'm going to check in with my family really quick during halftime, and I'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be right back. The Miami Dolphins could win the Super Bowl this year, and here's why. Even though the Dolphins were knocked out of the playoffs in the first round last year, the Miami Dolphins have proved that they can compete with the highest caliber teams when Tua is healthy. With Tua at quarterback, the Dolphins have a 23-13 record. Tyreek Hill is undoubtedly the most explosive wide receiver in the NFL, and Jalen Waddle finished 2022 with the third most receiving yards in Dolphins history, and that was with Teddy Bridgewater playing 141 snaps last season. Defensively, the Dolphins have more talent than you would think. Four-time Pro Bowler Xavier Howard was ranked the 56th best football player in the NFL's top 100 rankings. This offseason, the Dolphins also picked up six-time Pro Bowler Jalen Ramsey to join him, meaning that the Dolphins now have the best cornerback duo in the league and the best wide receiver duo in the league. With the addition of Vic Fangio as their new defensive coordinator, the Dolphins are expected to have real success on both sides of the ball this season. All of that being said, I believe... So as you can tell, that was a much older video because before the season even started, one of those two cornerbacks mentioned in that video has gone down. So no Jalen Ramsey for the entire season. And the Dolphins defense is definitely struggling at this point. So yeah, not the perfect video, not at this point, at least not anymore. But it was great when I made it. And I had a lot of fun making that one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mario Manuel, and you are watching Football Nation. If you like what you see, guys, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. My goal, my dream, is to one day be able to quit my day job and bring you guys content like this. Content like this to viewers like you. Now, chances are you're watching this live stream because you can't catch the game on TV. It's not in your area, and $400 for YouTube TV is just absolutely insane. So if you find yourself liking the content that I'm giving you, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel because week in and week out, I'm here for you guys. Every snap, every play, and every down. And without support from viewers like you, this channel would not be possible. So smash that like button for me, guys, and follow me on my journey as I drive towards the new goal of 5,000 subscribers. You guys obviously have really good taste because you're still here watching this channel. So help me keep the drive alive by sharing this content with your friends and checking out some of my other videos that I've got here on Football Nation. As always, my name is Mario Manuel. Let's get back to the halftime report. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we are at halftime. Let's pull up some of the scores from earlier today. This has been an interesting day for football, and let's go ahead and drag this one up to the top. So, in this game that we are currently in right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins are trailing the Philadelphia Eagles 10-17. The Atlanta Falcons won today over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Unfortunately, Baker Mayfield could not come out on top over Desmond Ridder. And what an interesting game because Bijan Robinson was out with an illness. I don't know what he was out with. I guess he just wasn't feeling well. Hey, man, maybe he's got COVID. You might want to check that out. Anyways, yeah, it's still out there, guys. It's still a thing. But the Falcons did beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 16-13. The Buffalo Bills. Wow, the Buffalo Bills lost today, and they lost to the New England Patriots. So the Buffalo Bills will take on a loss right there. And the Bills, who were supposed to be playoff contenders, lost to the Patriots. Yikes for that. Indianapolis Colts fell to the Cleveland Browns. Man, they're showing They're showing Travis Kelce right now and showing his highlights. He had like 147 yards in the first half of the game, just going ham slam bananas today. A 1-yard touchdown catch. I mean, Patrick Mahomes threw 4 different touchdown passes to 4 different players. Just absolutely crazy. I know Rashee Rice caught the first one. They're showing the highlights here with the Detroit Lions and the Ravens, who just absolutely destroyed the Lions today. Lamar Jackson today was the #1 fantasy football producer in the NFL. He had the football in his hands all day long. He put up 41 fantasy football points, y'all. 41. Puka Nacua had a really good day, but Matt Stafford did not. Cooper Kupp was also pretty quiet today. Not as Cooper Kuppy as you would expect. So they lost as well. The Rams lost today to the Steelers. The Chicago Bears beat the Chicago Bears beat the Las Vegas Raiders today, and they didn't just beat them; they blew them out. It was 30-12. 30-12. Chicago Bears beat the Las Vegas Raiders. I know that Devontae Adams does not lose to the Bears, so that must have sucked for him. Anyways, Seattle Seahawks also won today. The Seattle Seahawks, they won 20-10. The Green Bay Packers lost to the Denver Broncos, giving Sean Payton and Russell Wilson another win. Green Bay Packers 17, Denver Broncos 19. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the LA Chargers 31-17. And then tomorrow night, we've got the San Francisco 49ers against the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are 7-point underdogs in that one, and the Vikings will be playing without Justin Jefferson. Of course, we cannot forget this past Thursday, the Jacksonville Jaguars did beat the New Orleans Saints, helping increase their record here as well. So, Week 7, those are your scores going there. The Falcons are 4-3. The Buccaneers are 3-3. The Bills are now 4-3. The Patriots are now 2-5. The Browns are now 4-2, and the Colts are 3-4. The Lions and the Ravens are both 5-2 after today's game. The Raiders are 3-4, and the Bears are 2-5, clawing their way back. The Washington Commanders are 3-4, and the New York Giants are 2-5. Darren Waller had a day today, y'all. Darren Waller went off. He had 7 receptions for 98 yards and 1 touchdown. 7 receptions, 98 yards, and a touchdown. That's pretty good on National Tight End Day. Of course, the Cardinals and the Seahawks. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals 20-10. Geno Smith, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. Kenneth Walker, 26 rushing attempts. He had 105 yards, no touchdowns. The top wide receiver for the Seahawks was Jackson Smith and Jigba. 4 receptions for 63 yards and a touchdown. Pretty good day for the rookie. So, the Steelers and the Rams. Once again, Steelers beat the Rams today. Kenny Pickett, 230 yards. Najee Harris, 53 yards and a touchdown. George Pickens, 5 receptions, 107 yards today, no touchdowns. But Puka Nacua led both teams in yards, 8 receptions, 154 yards. The rookie still looking really, really good right now. Matt Stafford, wasn't a great day for him. So, I mean, he still put up over 200 yards, but he did throw a couple picks. So, anyways, Russell Wilson today, 194 yards and a touchdown. That was enough to beat the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers have been struggling as of late. The Chargers, 17-31. Anyways, okay. So, we're still at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to our game and talk about what's been happening during our game. During this game, ladies and gentlemen, so total yards of offense. We are in halftime right now. Total yards of offense for the Philadelphia Eagles, 169. For the Miami Dolphins, 113. Miami Dolphins have -7 yards on the ground throughout the first 2 quarters of play. -7. Only 46 yards for the Eagles, but God bless America, -7. That is something else. That is beyond bad. That's abysmal. And that's what they're looking at right now. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are still at halftime. This should be wrapping up here shortly. Shouldn't be too much longer. Tyreek Hill done. What do you mean? What do you mean that Tyreek Hill is done? Tyreek Hill looks fine. He just scored a touchdown. I don't see any reports on my side saying that Tyreek Hill is done. See, now you're spreading fake news, brother. This is misinformation. I don't know. I'm just saying words. Okay. I got one more video for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, before we get back from this halftime break. Let's go ahead and find that. Dig that one out for you guys. We'll be back here in just a second. This is the one that I wanted to bring up at the beginning. This was Tua's concussions. I made this video early. Actually, I think I made this video right before Super Bowl last year, so we'll watch this one here in just a second. I'll be right back. Number 2, Tua's concussions. Watch this clip.
Right now, Tunga Bailoa, oh boy, getting up. Oh my goodness, that's an awful, awful sight to see. They will take him to the sideline.
4 days after that obvious concussion, on a short week, this happened.
Josh Tupu. And uh-oh.
Believe it or not, Tua also suffered a third concussion 2 months later, and all 3 blows to the head this season were suffered in the occipital area of the head. The league has spent tens of millions of dollars on developing safer helmet technology, and it continues to look at position-specific helmets, which include additional padding to the back of the head for quarterbacks. The league believes that quarterback-specific helmets will be ready within the next year. Which team has the most losses since the year 2000?
Oh boy.
Damn.
The Washington.
No, the Redskins.
The Orioles. That's I was talking NFL, you said?
Oh, man. That couple right there was actually one of the funniest couples that I'd ever met. Those guys were so cool. Actually, they were from out of town. And they were just visiting San Antonio. What you saw in the background there was our river walk here in San Antonio, Texas. And after watching that clip, I absolutely need to go back out into the field and do more content like that, because those interviews, I had so much fun doing those. Like, you can see my face lighting up thinking about that exact moment. I was out there for a couple hours catching a little bit of information, or catching a little bit of content right there. But it was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun. Great couple. Love talking to those guys. Oops, I've got all kinds of buttons pressed. Let me fix this and clear that up for y'all. I fat fingered like 4 different buttons. Okay, so here we go. Looks like we're slowly getting back here from halftime. They're showing all of the highlights from the first half, and they typically do this right before the players come out to kick back off. Now, at the start of the game, the Eagles received, which means that the Dolphins will start with possession to start the second half, and they might be able to, if they can drive this football, they might be able to get a first down, or, well, a touchdown. Who cares about a first down? We need a touchdown right here. I don't know if you're Eagles fans or if you're Dolphins fans. It looks like, how do you say that? Mingler with 2 R's. Mingler looks like he just had a sports bet. Tua's done. Tyreek Hill is done, which means I guess he got his parlay right there. Good for you, brother. I hope all of you guys who are sports betting today, I hope each and every one of you guys makes $1 million. Let's go. So I have no idea what my DraftKings lineups are. They're definitely not great right now, because I'm pretty sure I had Raheem Mostert and at least 50% of them, and he looks like absolute ass. There's the kick back, and this will start. This will be returned up to the 10, the 20, the 25, and down at about the 27-yard line. Braxton Berrios with a pretty decent return right there. Braxton Berrios with a good return. Wow. Tua is definitely doing his thing. They're showing his highlights right now and how far he is leading his players with his passes. And he's putting the football 15 yards ahead of them, or 15 yards laterally to them, and he's just trusting that Tyreek Hill can get there. I mean, Tyreek Hill can get there. But here we go. A 1st and 10 coming up from the 27-yard line. And we've got an I formation. There's a snap and a quick toss to the right-hand side. And the first couple of positive yardage right there for Raheem Mostert as he gains 1.5, maybe 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. So 2 yards right there. They go from -7 yards to -5 yards. The Dolphins have been the Dolphins have been bad on the ground, and that is putting it mildly. The Dolphins have been very bad on the ground. And hopefully they can figure it out. But here we go. The Dolphins on 2nd down, 2nd and 8 coming up. Hello. 2nd and 8 coming up right here. Single back formation. Motion in the backfield, waiting for the snap. Tua takes it, fakes the handoff. He looks left, he throws left. A catch is made at the 45, and he'll be down at about the 47. Tyreek Hill with a big first down. First down for the Miami Dolphins. What's going on, beautiful? Beautiful girlfriend just got home. She was out with a couple friends. Gotta let the girls do their date nights, or not date nights, sorry, have their girls' nights. Date nights, Jesus. That's with me. That's with me. Here we go. Pistol formation. Motion in the backfield from Tyreek Hill. Lots of confusion. A toss off there to Raheem Mostert, who is way behind the line of scrimmage, but he does find some space, and he does get forward across midfield, and that'll be a carry for about 6, maybe 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 coming up from the Philadelphia Eagles 47-yard line. So just like that, we are across midfield. Just like that, we're across midfield. And the Dolphins are keeping this drive alive. They're moving the football nicely on this drive. So far, 30 yards have been consumed here. A gain of 7. 2nd and 3. There's a snap. There's a handoff. Mostert goes up the left-hand side. He goes forward, and he gains about 4 yards. That's good for a first down. First down for the Miami Dolphins. And that'll put them at 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. Finally, some positive yardage on the ground, and they are up to 6 yards. 6 yards on the ground for the Miami Dolphins. And like I said earlier in this game, the only way that they were going to succeed today, the only way that the Dolphins were going to succeed today was if they did it the opposite way. They had to perform through the air before they could hand it off on the ground. Here we go, 1st and 10. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff. Tua steps back. Tua in trouble, throws underneath. That'll be a tackle right at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a loss right there. And that was Ahmed with the catch. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 1,150 subscribers right now. Just shy of our 5,000. Yeah, right. But we're working on it, man. We are working on it, and we're getting there shortly. If you guys want to show your support for this channel, all you got to do is hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, share it with one of your buddies. It'll help out quite a bit. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Looks like we're across midfield at the 42-yard line. There's the snap. Tua looks left. He throws left. A quick throw to Tyreek Hill, who gets around the edge, and he gets that first down. First down for Tyreek Hill. And a first down coming up right here. Oh, no, there's a flag on the play. I can see the officials say holding offense. So that will push them back some yardage. That'll push them back 10 yards. We'll have a 2nd and 10 on the 48. 2nd and 10 on the 48 coming up right here, ladies and gentlemen. 2nd and 10 on the 48. Cheers. Great stop by the Dolphins. I mean, they didn't really do much. The great stop by the Eagles. The Dolphins beat themselves. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On the 48, it looks like the 49-yard line. So there's a snap. Tua looks left. He throws left. A deep shot. Oh, my goodness. And a one-handed catch attempt by Ahmed. Not caught. And here comes a huge 3rd down. 3rd down and 18, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd down and 18. Ooh, here it comes. So a big 3rd down coming up for the Miami Dolphins. What will they do here? They did convert on their last big 3rd and 18 play, but they needed to come out of the gate and score on this first drive to tie it up. It's still a one-possession game. A 3rd and 8. Shotgun formation. Motion in the backfield. Tua takes the snap. He looks left. He fakes that throw. He ends up throwing underneath to Raheem Mostert, who makes the catch but only gains about 5 yards. And that'll bring up a 4th down. A 4th down and 12 coming up here. 4th and 12. And here comes the field goal unit. So the field goal unit will come out. That'll get them to about the, looked like about the 45-yard line. They were hoping they could get more out of that. But they're getting ready to snap this in punt formation. And there's a flag on the play. Of course there's a flag on the play. That's how it goes. False start on the offense. That'll push them back 5 more yards. And they're going to have to punt from the 50 instead of the 45. I don't think they really care about that too much at this point, but that did stop the clock. That did stop the clock. 10 and a half minutes in the 3rd quarter left. So a 4th and 17 coming up. There's the snap. Here's the punt, and that one is up. That one is high. And this one does take a bounce. Oh, and goes out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And the official will mark it at the 5-yard line. So that ball goes out of bounds at the 5. And the Philadelphia Eagles are going to start way backed up in their own territory. Philadelphia Eagles looking at a 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line when we get back from this commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mario Manuel, and you are watching Football Nation. If you guys have been scanning all over YouTube and finding garbage commentary and you like what you see here, give me that thumbs up, guys. I know, because I had to scan myself. I've been through dozens of these channels that do live commentary, and I thought to myself, I can do it better. So if you guys think the same, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, give me a like. It goes a very long way. I appreciate you guys being here. So, right now my chat has been pretty quiet. Normally, especially during Cowboys games, my chat pops off. So if you guys want to chit-chat with me, if you guys want to talk and get to know me a little better, go ahead and leave a comment in that section over there. But I do appreciate you guys being here and checking out Football Nation. Yes, I do. I genuinely, really, really do. You guys mean a lot to me. Even though I don't know y'all personally, it means a lot that you guys are here and you're choosing this content over all the other nonsense that's out there on YouTube. I'm telling you, I've seen it. A lot of people trying to cover these games. A lot of people not able to really call the plays, not able to really get you guys what they're seeing on the screen. And I try to do my best to get it to you guys. So, plus, I'm handsome. Yeah, right. All right. Sorry, stay humble. My bad. Damn, I kind of want to like slap myself in the face for being such a douche. Anyways, so we are at a commercial break. I'm hanging out here. And yeah, you're watching this. We're coming at you from San Antonio, Texas. So right now the Kansas City Chiefs are 6-1. The Las Vegas Raiders are 3-4. The LA Chargers have fallen to 2-4 after their loss today. The Broncos got a W, 2-5. Let's go ahead and swap this out for the next one. Pittsburgh Steelers 4-2. You can see that scrolling underneath. This is where I'm saying all of my words from. So Pittsburgh Steelers 4-2. Baltimore Ravens 5-2. Cleveland Browns 4-2. Cincinnati Bengals on a bye week right now. Let's see what they can do against Jalen Hurts in this game right now. Jalen Waddle right now is out of the game. I have not seen him be targeted, so I think he's still out right now. But here comes a 1st and 10. The Philadelphia Eagles are on their own 5-yard line. It looks like Lane Johnson is still in. Last week he got hurt. He looks like he's fine right now. But here we go. Shotgun formation. Jalen Hurts 5 yards behind the line. They're showing blitz. Dolphins showing blitz, but they bring 4. He looks right. He throws right. A.J. Brown able to fight his way out of bounds. That should be 9 yards. That should bring up a 2nd and 1. Let's see where they mark him. That should bring up a 2nd down and 1. Where are they going to mark it? They're showing blitz, but they're not actually blitzing. The Miami Dolphins aren't actually blitzing. The tackle was made on the right-hand side there of the field by Kohu. second and inches. Second down and inches, and the officials have stopped the clock for whatever reason. They're just talking right now. And it was announced to the stadium that it was a first down. Okay, so they stopped the clock and stopped it because the officials, the stadium was trying to cheat. And it's a 2nd and 1, 2nd and inches right now, not a first down. Out of the pistol, there's a handoff. That goes to DeAndre Swift, and he gets the first down, and that should be good for about 3 yards right there. So here comes a 1st and 10 from about the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, first down for the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles are going to fly, baby, fly, man. They're looking really good right now. Offensively, they've got 182 yards. The Miami Dolphins have 151. Offensively, the Eagles have 179, 151 on the other side. Only 7 yards on the ground for the Miami Dolphins. They've been really bad on the ground. But here comes this 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. He fakes the handoff. Oh, my goodness. He gets wrapped up immediately, and then he breaks it, and then he ends up going down behind the line of scrimmage, giving himself up a loss of 3 on the play, a 2nd down because he could not get away from the tackle. And that will bring up a 2nd down and 13 coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts in trouble right there. That will go down as a sack for the Dolphins. That's because it was a sack by the Dolphins. Good job for them to get through. Too bad they couldn't do that back on the 5-yard line. Here comes a 2nd and 13. Empty backfield. And are they going to target A.J. Brown? Looks right, throws underneath right there. Looks like DeAndre Swift made the catch. Looks like DeAndre Swift made the catch right there, and Wilkins made the stop. So, yeah, that's exactly what happened there. That's a gain of 8. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. 3rd down for the Eagles. 3rd down and 5. Let's see what happens here. So, 3rd and 5, Philadelphia Eagles in trouble. Xavier Howard inactive tonight. Xavier Howard would have made a big difference on the defensive side of the football today for the Dolphins, but he is out. So empty backfield from the 23-yard line. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. Oh, my goodness. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. That could have been a pass interference call, but it was not called. The intended target on that play, A.J. Brown. So A.J. Brown was the intended receiver there. Eli Apple was covering Brown. He got there a little early. It looked like he got there a little early, but incomplete pass. I mean, that should have been a pass interference. I will call it the way I see it. The Philadelphia Eagles, unlucky on that one. But here comes a punt. Here's the punt team. There's the snap. That's a big boot right there. That one goes back inside the 30, all the way to the 20, and it will be returned by Braxton Berrios. 25-30. 35 goes down at about the 36-yard line, and the Miami Dolphins will start this drive from the 36, so 64 yards to go for the Miami Dolphins, and we go to a quick commercial break as the offensive unit takes the field. Philadelphia Eagles are 3-point favorites in this game. They have a 1-possession lead past the midway point of the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen. So 7 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. When we get back from this commercial break, the Miami Dolphins are going to have a 1st and 10. They're on their own 36-yard line. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Philadelphia Eagles have been looking good throughout this game. Jalen Hurts has completed 14 of 18 passes for 160 yards. He's got 16 fantasy points right now. Dallas Goedert has 4 of 4 right now. He's caught 4 of his 4 targets for 67 yards and a touchdown in today's game. Jalen Hurts also has a rushing touchdown, so I want to add that to his total tally. DeAndre Swift averaging 3.5 yards per carry. Not great, but not as bad as the Miami Dolphins. DeAndre Swift, 10 carries, 35 yards. He's got 6 fantasy football points right now. He does have a couple catches as well. On the other side for the Miami Dolphins, Tua has 17 of 21 completed, 153 yards through the air and a passing touchdown to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill today across both teams, is the point leader. He's got 11 targets, 10 receptions, 83 total yards, and a touchdown. So hopefully you put him in your team captain spot if you're playing DraftKings. So DraftKings is definitely the way you want to go. At least that's the way that I go. Prize Picks, I like Prize Picks as well. But Tyreek Hill, good for a touchdown today. I love it. He might get another one here. Now, I like the Eagles, but I also hate the Eagles. It's a love-hate relationship. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I'm a firm believer in give credit where credit is due. And Jalen Hurts, he's a really good quarterback. The Eagles are a really good team, and they're the more well-rounded team. And that's what I said at the start of this stream. I think that this is going to be a very close game, but I think that the Eagles will just barely edge out the Miami Dolphins. However, I would love for the Eagles to actually lose because the Dallas Cowboys are on a bye this week, and the Dallas Cowboys could use the Eagles losing to give them a little more leverage before our Week 9 matchup, which, hey, guess what? We got a Week 9 matchup, guys. So the Dolphins right now are trailing by 7 to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles on defense right now. Here come the Miami Dolphins on a 1st and 10. There's a quick snap and a handoff right there to Raheem Mostert, who goes around the right side. Oh, my goodness. And he gets a hole, and he gets some yardage. He gains about 21 yards on that play. A big first down for Raheem Mostert. That's the first big play for Raheem Mostert all day long. He is now up to 27 yards. He is now up to 27 yards, guys. That is not great for Raheem Mostert compared to what he's been doing all season long. But if he can get a touchdown in this one, that will save my fantasy day personally. So a big carry, a 1st and 10 now coming up. And that puts the Dolphins in a great spot right here. So we're on, looks like the 43-yard line, shotgun formation. Tyreek Hill getting ready to take the snap. Sorry, not Tyreek Hill. Tua, my fault. Fakes the handoff. No, does hand off to Raheem Mostert, who goes up the left side. Oh, and he finds another hole, and he gets down to the 28-yard line. And another first down for the Miami Dolphins. Another first down for Raheem Mostert on the left-hand side this time. The tackle on the other side was made by James Bradbury, was the last guy to make the stop there, had to make the stop there. Raheem Mostert looking good right now. Let's go, brother, I need you. His longest run was the one previously to the one that he just did, 21 yards on that play to the right side. This play on the left-hand side, that play was good for 15. So, here we go. On the 28-yard line, Tua takes the snap, throws underneath. Tyreek Hill makes the catch, and he'll go down at about the 23. So here comes a 2nd down and 5. Tyreek Hill making the catch on the left side of the hash, just on the left side of the hash. And it looks like Jalen Waddle is back out on the sideline getting himself limbered up. Jalen Waddle would be a great addition to them right now. Here comes a 2nd down and 5, guys. A 2nd down and 5. Oh, man, here we go. 2nd down and 5. The Miami Dolphins have the ball just outside of the red zone. We're on the 23-yard line. Shotgun formation. There's a snap and a handoff to the running back. That looks like that was Ahmed. Ahmed makes the carry on the left. Should have been Mostert. But here comes a 3rd and 3. So a 3rd down and 3 from the Eagles' 21-yard line just outside the red zone. Can the Dolphins score here and tie this game up before the end of the 3rd? Let's see. 4 minutes and 35 seconds is what I see on the clock on my TV right now, guys. 4 minutes and 32 seconds. 420, blaze it. Okay, here we go. Shotgun formation, motion in the backfield from Braxton Berrios. Waiting for the snap. Ahmed is the back. There's the snap. Tua looks towards the left. Throws there. Oh, no! Oh, no! Someone get on top of it, and that goes out of bounds in the end zone. I don't even think he caught it. I think that was an incomplete pass either way. But a throw to Tyreek Hill, who tried to run before making the catch, and as he got the ball in his hands, his knee actually came up and popped the ball out of his own hands. That is very uncharacteristic of Tyreek Hill. He did not corral the pass properly, so he was full sprint before he made the catch, and he dropped the ball. That is so not Tyreek Hill, but that's what happened right there. So here's a 4th down and 3. And they're going to go for it. Here we go. They're going to go for it. Empty backfield for Tua from the 21-yard line. 4th down and 3. Tua takes the snap. He looks left. He throws left. That should have been a pass interference. Nothing called right there. Saying a face mask. No call, no flag, and that will be a turnover on downs. And instead, Cedric Wilson, instead of just making the catch and making the play, he was relying on the officials to throw a flag, and that is not going to be the case. Oh, an absolute face mask not called by the officials. They will be graded on that. How did they not call that? Oh my goodness. A huge face mask, clear as day on the left-hand side. Cedric Wilson was the intended receiver as Tua threw that one on 4th and 3. A 4th down play, and there was an official less than 5 yards away from the action. He was on screen the whole time. Did not see the face mask happen. No flag was thrown, and that will be a turnover on downs. The Miami Dolphins will no longer have possession, and the Eagles will get the ball back on the 21-yard line. Unbelievable. That was clearly a face mask that was not called by the officials. And all season long, I keep saying this every stream, it might be because now I referee middle school and high school football. It has to be because of that. But I'm paying much closer attention to the officials. But this, since I started watching football, this is hands down the worst year for officiating in the NFL. Every game has been a disaster for the referees, and something needs to change with these officials. That is crazy that it's been happening at this scale, at this level, and it's like a disease that is around the entire league. Like, something needs to change, because no, that wasn't a purposeful face mask, but he had his hands too high, and his hands caught his neck, and Cedric Wilson's neck literally cranked. He got his neck cranked, and no flag was thrown. That is just bad officiating right there. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are at a commercial break right now. After that 4th down incomplete pass, clock has stopped. Here comes we're at the 4-minute mark right now. And that's just what's going on. Yo, what's going on, Casey? Heyo, go Birds. Welcome to the club, Casey. Appreciate you being here. Interesting game so far. The Eagles are up 17-10. Thanks for checking in, Casey. Eagles are up 17-10, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we are at a commercial break. When we get back from this commercial break, there will be a 1st and 10 on the Philadelphia Eagles' own 21-yard line. Philadelphia Eagles will have the ball on their own 21-yard line. Both teams have 3 timeouts, and here we go from the 21. A pistol formation moves into a shotgun. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws, and that gets tipped off, and that goes the other way. And it looks like the Dolphins are going to get a pick 6 on the first play of the drive, and that's going to be points going the other way. A touchdown for the Miami Dolphins on a pick 6. Jalen Hurts has a fumble and an interception on this one. Let's go, Dolphins. The score is now 16-17. Jalen Hurts, originally in a pistol formation, they changed the play, and that went to a shotgun. The option, he had a chance to throw. That was batted down by number 4, and then it was returned by Kohu. Oh, man. Wow, Baker was the one who took that one in, but Kohu was the one who made the stop. And that will tie up this game. So it looks like ball don't lie in this situation. That face mask that should have been called resulted in a turnover on downs. And on the very first play, with the Eagles in possession of the football, that play goes for a pick 6 in favor of the Miami Dolphins. So the Miami Dolphins just got 6 points going the other way on the first play of that drive. Oh my goodness, Casey says, boo! Hey, I just heard something pop off. What was that one? Was that a new subscriber? Did I get a new subscriber, or did I get, yes, See, there you go. It doesn't happen as often as it should. I should have that happening all the time, but I'm having issues with my, it looks like I'm having issues with my app, and we'll get that fixed. So that's something that I'm going to be working on here. So every time someone subscribes, I want to see that thing pop off. I want everyone to be happy to subscribe, and I appreciate you guys being here. So the Finns have tied it up. The score is 17-17. Casey, I know you're watching. I know you're a Giant Eagles fan. You and Lou are both Giant Eagles fans. But this makes for juicy football, and I'm so excited for juicy football. I love good football. I don't care who wins this game. I would like to see the Dolphins win because I would want the Eagles to be a little more level pegging with the Cowboys, but does not matter who wins this game. I just care that the Cowboys win their games. Still, a very good game happening right now. The score is all tied up. The score is 17-17, ladies and gentlemen, and the Miami Dolphins will be kicking the ball back to the Philadelphia Eagles in just a moment when we get back from this commercial break. And we are cooking now. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the leaders for this week. For week 7, you can see everyone. And I just had someone subscribe. I don't know who you were, but it didn't pop up. But if you want to leave a comment, don't matter if the refs rig it. Pick 6. That's what I'm saying, Sergeant Super Soaker. What a good name. I like that name, Sergeant Super Soaker. Okay, well, the Cowboys, though. Okay, F the Cowboys, though. Oh, right. Okay, that's right. It's you guys. F the Cowboys, though. You know what? And I keep this close by, Casey. This one I'm going to keep up right here for you. Let's go, Cowboys. We keep this close by. It's always here, so cheers. All right, y'all. Whoever just subscribed to the channel, I didn't see yours pop up, so if you want to leave a comment right there, sometimes it pops up, sometimes it doesn't. I want to thank you personally for joining the channel, but thank y'all so much. So, Sergeant Super Soaker, love the name, man. That's actually a really funny name. I like it. I dig it. Okay, the score is 17-17, ladies and gentlemen. 17-17. And the kick is back. Here come the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be in the end zone, so no return. The Philadelphia Eagles will start this drive from the 25-yard line. They're showing this read one more time. Oh, they're showing that face mask on Cedric Wilson that wasn't called. The officials will be getting an earful from the commissioner, from the committee in the NFL about that. That's a clear, obvious. That is a clear, obvious pass interference. Face mask should have been called. Did not get called. But it doesn't matter. Anyways, motion in the backfield. There goes A.J. Brown to the right side of the formation. Shotgun formation. Waiting for the snap. Jalen Hurts takes it, fakes the handoff. He has time. Pocket collapses. He has to scramble. He goes forward. He stays on his feet. He gains 10. He slides and gives himself up. There are 2 Dolphins who are down on the ground at midfield. No pass was made, and 2 Dolphins are down, and they look hurt. And here comes the training staff. Did the Dolphins run into each other? Did they collide? What happened there? A first down for the Eagles. Got to give them their first down. First down for the Eagles. So a 1st and 10 coming up here. Mike McDaniels comes out, and there was a collision. Crossing routes actually done perfectly. That is exactly what you want to do by the offense right there. The Philadelphia Eagles on a crossing route timed that perfectly. Unfortunately, it resulted on 2 Dolphins getting injured right there, but we had 2 players go down for the Miami Dolphins. Both of them look like they're slow to get up. Both of them blindsided each other. Neither of them saw them coming, and they were both at pretty much full speed. So, Dolphins players going down, and that is going to be an officials injury timeout. So when we get back in just a second, the officials will start this game clock here in a bit. So we're at a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. You're not missing anything at the moment. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. I appreciate you guys being here. Don't know how long this break is going to be, so I'm going to cut to a quick clip. Give me just a second.
Which team has the most
I need to know if we have the right tools to build a championship team. Let's start by taking a look at your schematics. Those right there are Brian Daboll's game plans. Throw ball for win. That one's actually the one he drew up last week. But you know what? That's what you're going to get when you pick up a head coach with no head coaching experience. You've got to be kidding me. This is your offensive line. You could have gotten something a little more reliable, but instead you decided to spend $50 million on your tape measurer. But it's Darren Waller. You know the name. You know how good he is. I mean, he's got to be good for at least 12 yards, right? It says it right there. No. That's not 12 yards, sir. That's 12 feet. 12 feet. Darren Waller doesn't go past 12 feet. We spent $50 million on that? But you did save some money on your hammer. You got yourself a nice hammer here in Saquon Barkley. He's basically just a rental now. What do you mean a rental? Well, you didn't pay him because you wanted to spend $160 million on this little screwdriver. Every toolbox needs a screwdriver, but this screwdriver, that screwdriver definitely ain't worth no $160 million. What am I supposed to do with all these mediocre tools? You might have yourself enough tools here to maybe build yourself a box that you can bury all of your Super Bowl aspirations in.
All right. Thanks for watching my cheesy little clip. All right, here we go. Marai World, M-A-R-A-I World says fins up. So fins up right over here. Looks like both players were able to get up and they both walked off the field. The Philadelphia Eagles do still have possession right now. So the Eagles right now are looking at a 1st and 10. We're at about the 27 yard line. Let's see where they mark this. Sorry, that should be... Can't see the field, so it looks like the 37. There we go. 37 yard line. Here come the Eagles on 1st down and 10. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the play clock. Shotgun formation. Waiting for the snap is Jalen Hurts. He takes it. He fakes the hand. He winds up. He steps through the pocket, but he throws, and that's going to be complete. And that looks like Devontae Smith on the left-hand side, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Philadelphia Eagles. 1st down, Philadelphia. So on that play right there, Jalen Hurts took the snap. Pocket held nicely. A crease opened up. He stepped through it. Didn't get past the line of scrimmage. Was able to deliver a beautiful shot to the left-hand side to Devontae Smith, who was on the run. Devontae Smith got tackled, and that's a good gain up to the 38 yard line across midfield. And here come the Philadelphia Eagles. Brain fart. There's the snap, fakes the handoff. He looks left. Pocket still holding. He throws left. That will be caught, and he'll be tagged. A.J. Brown with the catch. Brings up a 2nd and 2 on the Miami 30-yard line. So the Eagles moving, marching downfield right now. They're sustaining a drive. 2 yards to go for a 1st down. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2 from the 30. Jalen Hurts doesn't like what he sees. He steps up to the line to call an audible. He looks left, he looks right, and he steps back. So, play clock winding down. He takes the snap. They do show blitz, but he ends up finding his way through, and DeAndre Swift barely gets the 1st down, but he gets it, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 at about the, looks like the 27 yard line. Looks like the 27 yard line. 1st and 10, 27 yard line. 1st down for the Philadelphia Eagles. 1st down. Here we go. Shotgun formation, ladies and gentlemen. Shotgun formation. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. He has time. He looks left. He throws left. Underneath. Ooh, DeAndre Swift making a swim move and shimmy and shaking and baking a defender right there. And that's good for about 5. That'll bring up a 2nd down. A 2nd down coming up here for the Eagles. Let's see where he gets there. Ooh, a little shake and bake, and he goes down. It looks like about the 24 yard line. Good move from DeAndre Swift. A solid football move as he uses that juke stick, the user juke stick. 2nd and 7. That's not 2nd and 7. What are you talking about? I guess it is. But here we go. 24 yard line, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it through the pocket. Oh my goodness, that is almost intercepted by the Miami Dolphins. He got very lucky there. Very lucky. Zacchaeus, the intended receiver there. And a super close intercept, almost intercepted. Baker was almost there to get another one. That got tipped up, a tip drill, and no one there to make the catch. No one there put... Anyways, here we go. 3rd down and 7. We are at the 24 yard line. Empty backfield for the Eagles. Eagles just outside of the red zone. He takes the snap. Jalen Hurts looks right. He throws right. That'll be caught. Dallas Goedert on National Tight End Day makes the catch, and he goes down at the 14-yard line. A first down for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go. First down for the Philadelphia Eagles. So now we are inside of the red zone. The Philadelphia Eagles are inside the red zone at the 14-yard line. A 1st and 10 in Miami's territory inside the 14. Dallas Goedert with a catch on the left-hand side. I'm sorry, the right-hand side for that one. Here we go. From the 9-yard line, shotgun formation. There's the snap. They bring 5. Here comes the blitz and a throw underneath. And that's going to be good. Oh, my goodness. And A.J. Brown in for another touchdown for the Eagles. And we've got a touchdown, Philly. Touchdown, Philadelphia Eagles. A throw on the right-hand side, and A.J. Brown makes it work. He breaks the defenders who missed their tackles on the right-hand side. A catch and a touchdown for the Eagles. A.J. Brown doing what he does best. And now it's your turn, Tyreek Hill. Can you do the same? After that catch, that brings A.J. Brown's total 10 targets on 6 receptions on 10 targets. The kick is up, and the kick is good, by the way, giving the Eagles a 7-point lead. A.J. Brown now has 19 fantasy football points, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts is up to 24 fantasy points, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 touchdown on the ground. He is 19 for 25. He does have an interception, and he does have a fumble, so you could see how he would have even more points if he played a clean game. Doesn't have to be perfect, but he's looking all right now. He's definitely looking better than Tua. Tua right now, only 158 yards, only 1 touchdown, so no rushing touchdowns. Yeah, that's going to be the difference maker right there. Total yards of offense for both of these teams. On your right-hand side, the Philadelphia Eagles have 262, and on your left-hand side, Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins have 194 yards of total offense. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time checking this out, my name is Mario Manuel. Hey, it looks like Supreme Science has checked back in. It's crazy how both our division rivals keep facing each other every week. AFC East versus NFC East. Hey, man, that actually is pretty cool, and I'm sure the game, the schedule makers for this season had that in mind. They also had in mind that Aaron Rodgers would be, starting for most of the season, and he's not. So the Jets get a lot of primetime games, but they're struggling right now. Anyways, here's the kick back. This will be returned the 20 to the 25 up to about the 30. He goes down at the 31-yard line, so the Miami Dolphins will start this drive from the 31-yard line. Here comes Tua out onto the field. Tua coming out onto the field right now. And another drive with 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. So they're going to get a playoff, at least one playoff. Both these teams should make the playoffs. Speaking of playoff. They're showing the view from the booth. They're showing the view from the booth right now. And their setup is almost like mine, but, they get paid millions. So here we go. They've got an interesting swing gate kind of play right there on one side. But there looks like Tua called a timeout. There's a flag. Yeah, no flag. Someone threw a flag, but flag is not going to be called. It was a timeout. Tua saw the delay coming. He said he called timeout. So the first timeout taken for the Miami Dolphins, it was taken by the quarterback. Tua called the timeout. He saw his guys weren't set. Game clock is at 9 seconds. Play clock is at 9 seconds. And they're showing the quarterback comparison right now. I already went through the quarterback comparison already. The only thing I didn't cover is the sacks. So Jalen Hurts has been sacked 3 times in this game, and Tua has only been sacked once. Anyways, here we go. We've got a first down, fakes the handoff out of the pistol, and that's a throw and a catch, and good for a first down up to about the 45-yard line, just shy of midfield, and that will end the third quarter. So Jalen Waddle finally coming back and making a first down grab. Jalen Waddle with the first down catch up to the 45-yard line. And here comes a commercial break. We're at a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. So, Supreme Science says, yeah. And Shanika Fox checking in. The Dolphins doing good. Dolphins doing all right. Yes, they are. The Dolphins are doing all right, Shanika. Thanks for checking in, girl. Appreciate you. Shanika Fox checking into the channel. Y'all, hey, man, my name is Mario Manuel. Thank y'all so much for checking out this channel. I know that y'all have a lot of options out there for live stream commentary on YouTube. I just hope that you guys like what you see with this channel. This is my live stream. It's Football Nation. I do this every single week. I'm slowly working on building some additional content for the offseason and things that I can plug in when we go to commercial breaks. Hey, I really want to thank you guys. It is because of viewers like you that I can keep this channel alive. I really hope that if you like what you're watching, you guys give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. Even if you don't want to make the commitment to subscribe, all you got to do is give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm. It really helps other people catch content like this. And, man, this channel's slowly growing. Every week we get just a little more subscribers every single week. Obviously, the game that comes up and the game that's available, no one wants to watch the Bears and the Commanders. But sometimes people do, man. Sometimes people want to check it out because they've got DFS or they've got their fantasy lineups. So if you get any value from content like this, just show me a little bit of love, man. Doesn't got to be anything crazy. Leave me a comment. You can talk trash about my tie. You can talk trash about my headset. You can tell me that you hate the program, or you can tell me that you love it. Leave a comment. Throw me a thumbs up. Whatever it might be, I really do appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all seriously so much for watching this live stream and being on this channel. My name is Mario Manuel. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. So if you're interested to see some of my other stuff and interested in some of my personal life, you can check that out on social media. So, wow, what a game. For those of you guys who do not know, Tua and Jalen Hurts used to be teammates. They used to play together at the University of Alabama, and famously in their championship game back in 2017, Jalen Hurts let the team fall to 13-0, and Nick Saban, the head coach at the time for that team, pulled Jalen Hurts and put in Tua, and Tua brought that team back to win in overtime 26-23. History right there between these two quarterbacks, and right now Jalen Hurts does seem like the better quarterback, but here is Tua on a 1st and 10, a handoff to Raheem Mostert to the right-hand side, and Mostert goes forward and gains about 4 yards right there. So a second down coming up for the Miami Dolphins. Second down coming up here for the Dolphins. 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12. Miami Dolphins trail by 7 in this game. We are in the 4th quarter, so 4th quarter action coming up right here, right now. 14 and a half left to go. Tyreek Hill has been covered by Darius Slay for most of this game, which is probably why Tyreek Hill doesn't have over 100 yards just yet. There's the snap, and Tua flag comes in, and it looks like it's probably going to be a false start on the offense. Yep. Of course, prior to the snap, false start, offense, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down. Jackson was the one making the mistake on that one. And we get a false start penalty right there. The center was just late snapping the ball, apparently. So 73 is going to get flagged on that one, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. John says, like what you got going on here, man. I appreciate you, John. I appreciate the feedback too, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. So, 2nd and 12. Pistol formation, motion in the backfield. Tua looks left. Tua throws left. Oh, my goodness. Tyreek Hill trying to climb the ladder to make the catch. He's signaling for a flag, but no flag will be thrown, and this will bring up a 3rd down for the Miami Dolphins. We've got a 3rd down and 12. The Dolphins are on their own 43-yard line. They're going to have to make something happen here. Tyreek Hill targeted, dropped that pass. I mean, I don't know if that's pass interference. I wouldn't have flagged that either. I think that was just tight coverage. So Tyreek Hill doesn't get the flag. I think that's the fair call. Here comes a 3rd and 12, shotgun formation, motion in the field, and He throws to the right. He looks right, and Jalen Waddle makes the catch. Jalen Waddle good for a first down on the right-hand side as he gets tackled in between the hashes. So just across midfield, we've now got a 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line inside the Philadelphia Eagles territory. And that was a quick in route right there. He went up, he went in. Tua looking his way almost the whole time. Jalen Waddle back from the injury. He missed the second and the third quarter with a lower back injury. He was holding his back, but that's 4 receptions for 50 yards for Jalen Waddle already. And here we go. We got motion. And there's the snap. He fakes the handoff. Tua has to wheel left. He throws left. He throws a tight pass right there. And Cedric Wilson Jr. making the catch on the left-hand side. Good for a first down all the way to the Philadelphia Eagles 26-yard line. And the Miami Dolphins are pushing the envelope. The Miami Dolphins looking sharp right now on this drive. Getting what they can. A little misdirection right there from Cedric Wilson, who was the man in motion. And Tua trusted him to come back on that route. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I don't know if he was trying to make that happen either, but it happened that way. So here we go. Pistol formation. 5 seconds left on the play clock. There's some motion. Ahmed, that's a fake handoff, and Tua looked like he was going to take off, and he just gives himself up immediately. And that's going to be a loss of 3. That'll go down as a sack because he gave himself up behind the line of scrimmage. Don't know what that was or why that happened. That looked like it was a designed run, and Tua was just scared to get hit. That should have just been a throw. I don't know why they were trying to go with that designed run right there for Tua. You saw what happened to Tua last year. Don't let the man run the ball. He's going to bang his head on the ground. 86% of their plays that go in motion. Oh, muffed snap. Tua picks it up, corrals it quickly, throws it to the right-hand side, and Jalen Waddle does make the catch. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. So a 5-yard catch after the 3-yard loss from Tua. The snap came in. The snap was too low, and Tua has to pick that one up quickly and throw to the right-hand side. A bad snap. That was really just a bad snap. But here comes a 3rd and 8. A field goal is not going to be enough to tie this up for the Miami Dolphins. But the Dolphins are in pretty good field position right now. We're on the 24-yard line. And an empty backfield here. Tua by himself. There's the snap from the 24. Tua has time in the pocket. He looks right. He throws a deep shot to the right. Oh, and that's intercepted. And that's going to come the other way. And he stays on his feet. And the Eagles will get this one back, and the Eagles will take the pick. And Tua throwing a big lollipop right there, and the Eagles defense is going to make the interception. And if the Dolphins would have just come away with 3 points, they would have been in much better field position. But the interception was made by Darius Slay. Darius Slay slaying the game right there. Wow, good play right there from number 2 on the defense, man. Good play right there for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Darius Slay is definitely someone that you don't want to I mean, he's a beast. He was the 2nd-round pick in the 2013 draft. So he's a veteran. He's a multi-time Pro Bowler. What do you expect? What do you expect? Anyways, we are in the 4th quarter, so let's pull up my 4th quarter music, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the jams coming along right here. And I've been rotating this top 9 right there. Let's go back to just my regular thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all watching this live stream. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, and we're slowly inching our way forward every single day. Every single day we are inching our way forward. I hope that someday I can get to that 5,000 subscriber mark, and it's only with help from people like you. So thanks. I don't know. I looked down because my tie was doing something funky. Anyways, so we are at a commercial break once again, ladies and gentlemen. Back to a commercial break. We are in the 4th quarter. 4th quarter action. 11 minutes and 21 seconds coming up right here. Here is a full commercial being taken by what looks like an iPhone. I wonder if they actually did film this whole commercial with an iPhone. Be false advertisement if they didn't, right? So I guess they have to. But Did they put that iPhone on a gimbal? Had to have. It has to be. And we've got a Chevrolet commercial, another car commercial. Boring nonsense. I'm sick of these commercials. Let's talk about football. So, after that interception, Tua does not look as elite as promised. And I've been saying this since the start of the stream. Look, the teams that Tua beat this season were not the best teams in the NFL. They beat the Carolina Panthers, who are 0-6. They beat the Patriots, who were 1-5. Well, now they're 2-5. They beat the Broncos, who were 1-5 and are now 2-5. They've played against a bunch of mediocre teams, and now they're playing a real team. They're playing a real team against the Philadelphia Eagles, and they don't look as good as they have before. They just don't. I mean, maybe Devon Achane, him being out has caused, the running game to not be great, but this is just what we expected. The Eagles defense is just better than the Dolphins defense, and they're showing it right here. Anyways, I don't want to count my chickens, and I don't want to count my Eagles. There's a 1st and 10 and a throw out to the left-hand side, and that will be an incomplete pass, and that'll bring up a 2nd down. So a 2nd down and 10. Philadelphia Eagles do have the possession right now. They're at the 17, about the 17-yard line is where they're starting this from. So that'll bring up a 2nd down. There is a throw out to the left-hand side intended for A.J. Brown. No catch. So 2nd and 10. Here we go from the 17, shotgun formation. Philadelphia Eagles have the ball. Waiting for the snap. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, gives the handoff. DeAndre Swift finds a hole, goes forward, gains about 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 22-yard line. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Got to get to the 22, and the Eagles have the ball with 11 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter. Man, this is drama. This is actually really, really... Ooh, let's go! Here we go. So, Miami Dolphins trail by 7. We're in the 4th quarter. Dolphins only have 2 timeouts that could come back to hurt them. But out of the shotgun comes DeAndre Swift to line up at wide receiver. So now we have an empty backfield with 5 seconds left on the play clock. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. He looks right. He throws right. The catch is made just shy of a 1st down, and that'll bring up a 4th down. A.J. Brown does make the catch, but it's only good for 4 yards. They needed 5. And it looks like the punt team is actually going to come out. The team with the best record on 4th and 1 with the brotherly shove is going to bring out the punt team because of the field position. That's okay. I agree with this. I wouldn't be mad if they went for it either, though, if the Eagles actually went for it on 4th and 1. And it looks like a timeout will be taken by the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the 1st timeout for the Eagles, and it looks like they may want to talk about what's coming up. I'm sure Jalen Hurts is talking about it, saying go for it. But, well, let's see. So they actually called the timeout, and at this point, I mean, if you call the timeout, now you should go for it, right? Because otherwise you've wasted a timeout for what? So, if they go for it, here's the analytics. If they go for it and win, they have an 82% of winning. And if they punt it, it's a 79% of winning. So, I mean, you're not really either way. You might as well go for it. But here we go, a 4th and 1, and there's the snap. And, of course, Jalen Hurts gets it. That's what, 52 out of 58 this year so far. And a 1st down for the Philadelphia Eagles. And that will move the chains, a fresh new set of downs. A ballsy move for the Eagles to go for it on their own side of the field, on their own quarter of the field. And the Dolphins defense just cannot stop Jalen Hurts on the ground on those 4th downs, those 4th and 1s. They're basically automatic for this man. He is so good at converting those 1st downs. It is crazy. I think I saw a stat that said, and I keep saying this every time I cover them too, that he has more probability of converting a 1st down on 4th and 1 than Ginobili had of making a free throw. Anyways, there's a snap and a handoff on 1st down. That is going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. DeAndre Swift with a 2-yard carry on 1st down. And in case you're wondering, the Eagles are wearing their retro green outfits. Looks like Christmas candy out there with the green and red. No red, but just the green. Old school uniforms for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're wearing all green. The Miami Dolphins, teal pants, white tops. Pistol formation, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He wheels right, he throws an incomplete pass. That's going to be a tip drill, and that ball, luckily for the Eagles, will find its way into the dirt. The target there was A.J. Brown and went off of his hands. No catch. No catch right there. Well then. So two of these players, the two players that had that collision on the Dolphins defense, one of them is actually looks like he's getting scanned, concussion protocol. Anyways, a 3rd and 7 coming up for the Dolphins. 3rd and 7 coming up for the, 3rd and 7 coming up for the Eagles. Empty backfield. He takes the snap. Jalen Hurts throws over again to A.J. Brown, and that's going to be a 4th down coming up again. Another 4th and 1 coming up. And we all know what's coming, guys. It's a 4th and 1. It's going to be another quarterback sneak, and Jalen Hurts is going to get it. Let's see what let's just watch it happen because we know what's going to happen. And, of course, the easiest, I think he gained like 3 yards on that one. So another 1st down for the Philadelphia Eagles. They need to stop the Eagles. That should have been a 1st down anyways, honestly. That shouldn't have even been. That could have been a 1st down. I think Jalen Hurts, or I think A.J. Brown was good for the 1st, but doesn't matter. They didn't give him the 1st down. They do already have a 1st down because of the conversion there from Jalen Hurts. So a 1st and 10 coming up for the Eagles on the 39-yard line. The Eagles are on their own 39 in a pistol formation. Jalen Hurts takes the snap. He does hand that off. DeAndre Swift goes forward and gains maybe a yard on that one. That should bring him up to about the 40. So I think a 2nd and 9 is coming up from the 40-yard line. No flag on the play. The clock is continuing to tick. So 7 minutes left to go in this game, ladies and gentlemen. The score, Philadelphia Eagles 24, Miami Dolphins 17. 7 minutes left in the game. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Good timeout called. I think a very good timeout called by the Eagles in order to get that first 4th down conversion of this drive. But here we go. On 2nd and 9, shotgun formation, there's the snap. Jalen Hurts looks right, he throws right, connects with A.J. Brown, who makes the catch. Not enough for a 1st down. He'll be down at about the 45-yard line. So here comes a 3rd and 4 from the Philadelphia Eagles' own 45-yard line. They need to get to the 49, midfield, just shy of midfield in order to move the sticks. Let's see what comes up right here. I just kicked off my shoes as the clock continues to tick. Oh my goodness. 6 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. In the shotgun formation are the Eagles with a 7-point lead. Takes the snap. Gives the handoff to Kenneth Gainwell, who gets stopped short of the 1st down. There is a flag on the play. Let's hope it's not an offsides on the Dolphins, but it probably will be if I had to guess. That's the 10th penalty for the Dolphins today, y'all. 10th penalty for the Miami Dolphins. Yep, just like I said, offsides, defense. Man, I'm getting pretty good at this. So, Wilkins making the mistake right there. He was lined up in the neutral zone for sure. Come on, man, get your head in the game. So, that will be a 1st down. A 1st down up to the 50-yard line. They were on the 45, so a fresh 1st down for the Philadelphia Eagles. And here we go, a 1st and 10 coming up from the 50, right at midfield. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun formation, waiting to see if he gets this one. He takes the snap. He looks right, pump fakes, has time. As he gets hit, he throws a deep shot. Oh my goodness, that is actually going to be caught by A.J. Brown at the 8-yard line. A.J. Brown with a huge 1st down catch in tight double coverage, a gain of 42 yards through the air. That puts A.J. Brown at 137 total yards of offense for him. 10 receptions, 15 targets, 29 fantasy points, and he is now one of the official leaders of the day, as well as Tyreek Hill, and that puts Jalen Hurts in that column as well. Jalen Hurts, good for 27 fantasy points today. So on first and goal, that's a handoff to the running back. Oh, wow, and Kenneth Gainwell will push the envelope there. A second down and goal, second and goal coming up from the 3-yard line. So only 3 yards to go. A.J. Brown now has 5 games with 125 plus receiving yards. That is tied for the longest streak in NFL history. 5 games with 125 total receiving yards. So the Miami Dolphins will call their second timeout. Oh, that's got to be really frustrating for the Dolphins right there. And you know what? The Dolphins at least didn't give up a ton of points. I mean, of course, they have given up a ton of points. Huge catch for A.J. Brown. Wow. Talk about threading the needle. That easily could have been picked off. What is this? Oh, thank you. Okay. I got myself a little care package brought in from the girlie right here. So I'll eat that the second we go off camera or the next time I go into a commercial break. Don't want to be crunching on chips while I'm here. But a second and goal, shotgun formation, Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield, and he will take the carry, go out to the left. Oh, break a tackle and spin move and get inside for the touchdown, Philadelphia! Another touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that will give them a 31-17 lead. Sorry, a 30-17 lead over the Miami Dolphins right now in the last waning moments of this fourth quarter, and that might be what salts this one away, ladies and gentlemen. That might be the game-winning touchdown right there. Kenneth Gainwell on the left-hand side making that touchdown play. Wow. Good solid move, good solid play right there from the Eagles. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And that's 31-17. The Philadelphia Eagles looking like the convincing winner already. Game is not over, but the Dolphins only have 1 timeout. So in order for the Dolphins to win, they have to score on this drive. They just have to. They have to score on this drive, and then they're going to have to recover an onside kick because there's no way they're going to come back from this deficit right now. It's a 14-point deficit with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. That's what you get when you play real teams, man. I'm sorry. I love it, but that is what it is. So, all right, let's check out my chat. It looks like you guys have come to life. It looks like you guys have come to life out here. Okay, let's roll this back. Supreme Science says, yeah. Shanika says, Fox, the Dolphins doing good. Go Dolphins. Supreme Science says, earlier, Sam Salisbury said that he thinks we can see these two teams playing each other in February. I sure did say that. I actually still do believe that. Sam Salisbury said it. I said it too. Roll Tide, says Supreme Science. John says, I like what you got going on here. Supreme Science says, wow. Broncos, yep. That's literally the teams that they've played so far. M-A-R-A-I. I don't know how to say Marai. Anyways, but watch me come out on top. Don't say I didn't tell you. This is the best pass rush they've faced for sure, 100%. I'm thinking quarterback sneak. Mario, is Jalen Ramsey playing? No, Jalen Ramsey is actually out for the season. He tore his ACL right before the season started. So I made a video about it. I was saying that with Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard, this Dolphins defense would be fantastic, but Xavier Howard is out in this game, would have made a huge difference for this team, and Jalen Ramsey is out for the entire season, so no good right there. Let's see, where do we go right here? Supreme Science with the glasses and the okay. El Pollo Loco. Let's see. El Pollo Loco, Supreme Science 77. I'm in and out tonight, just checking the action. Yo, appreciate you coming in and out, brother. I do appreciate that. Gavin checked in. Dolphins fans down in the dumps right now. After that one, I can see it, man. Hey, tomorrow is going to be pretty wild, though. You're absolutely right, Supreme Science. I'm pretty sure we can all we already know who's going to win tomorrow's game, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a 49ers contest. 49ers versus the Minnesota Vikings. I will be covering that game. So if you like what you saw today and you want to check up on your DFS and you want to watch Football Nation, you can watch that right here on YouTube, Football Nation. Looks like we've got a few more chat comments right here. You already know Giants 1-2. Yeah, they did. They sure did. Here come the Daniel Jones rants. They will be coming. And I think one more score should probably put this out of reach. It's already done, ladies and gentlemen. That's already the end of this game. Probably 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. There's the kick. This one goes all the way back into the back of the end zone. And the Miami Dolphins will start this drive from the 25-yard line. How quickly can they put up points? They got to do it, and they got to do it quick here. They also need to recover an onside kick. Tua today, only 23 of 31, but so is Jalen Hurts. The difference is in the yardage and in the leg use. Those first downs that Jalen Hurts is able to convert is just insane. I mean, Jalen Hurts has been so good with his legs for the past few years. Here we go, shotgun formation. It looks like Tyreek Hill is lined up in the end zone. There's going to be a flag if this gets snapped from where he's at. Wow, no flag there. Incredible. A throw right there to Jalen Waddle. That should have been a neutral zone. That should have been offsides for the Dolphins. They got away with that right there. A 9-yard catch. A 9-yard catch right there to Jalen Waddle. And here we go. 8-yard catch. 2nd and 2. Shotgun formation. They are stopping it for a second. And the umpire steps back. Takes the snap. Tua looks right, doesn't like it. Looks left, doesn't like it. Tries to run forward, and he'll get sacked behind the line of scrimmage by 2 defenders right there. Wow. A huge stop right there, and here comes a 3rd down. Here comes a big 3rd down for the Miami Dolphins. Can they convert right here? 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Miami Dolphins. They look like they're starting to struggle. A little nervous right here. The pressure is getting ramped up right here. Empty backfield. There's the snap. They bring 4. Tua's in trouble. Tua goes down again. Another sack for the Philadelphia Eagles. And that'll bring up a 4th down, a 4th and 10 for the Miami Dolphins. And this is go for it territory. You are down by 14. You got to make a play. That was Joshua Sweat on the sack. Another Sweat sack coming in right there. Good move to get to Tua and make him crumble. Good, solid move by the defense. The pass rush, hands down, just like my man Supreme Science said, best pass rush that these guys have faced all season right here, right now. And the Dolphins have no timeouts remaining after this one. They're going to call a timeout, their final timeout. And now we've got a 4th and 10 coming up right here. Mike McDaniel's having a conversation with Tua. They need to score on this drive. If they do not score on this drive, this game is effectively over. This game will be over if they cannot convert this 4th down. A 4th and 10 coming up right here, ladies. I cannot emphasize or stress the importance of this play right here, right now. Here we go. So, can Tua throw up right in the middle? There's plenty of space up there. Empty backfield. Tua takes the snap. He steps back. There's a flag or a stop. Maybe the Eagles take a timeout. Looks like the Eagles will take a timeout. Eagles don't want to give up a 1st down right here. They want to stop this game and call it. It needs to be done. I need to be done with this game. But a good play right there. A good call. I think it's a smart move to do. You know, someone that I didn't talk about today was the Eagles head coach. Haven't had a chance to really get into it. I've been watching this game so much, and this game ended the way that I kind of expected it to. I expected the Philadelphia Eagles to win this one. They're still way ahead. Nick Sirianni is the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's done a great job all season long. They've only dropped 1 game. They've only dropped 1 game. And they shouldn't have dropped that game. It just happened. And that's what they're saying right now. Supreme Science, they're saying that without Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey playing cornerback, the Dolphins defense is just not there. But a trips 4 to the right. So it looks like a bit of a, and that's incomplete. And that's going to be it. Tyreek Hill, that was way behind the sticks, not even anywhere near a first down, and that's going to stop it. And this should be the end of this game, ladies and gentlemen. With less than 3.5 left to go, we'll creep in to that 2-minute warning. This is effectively over. No timeouts are left for the Miami Dolphins, and that's the situation that they've found themselves in. I mean, they say that offense wins games, but defense wins championships. And with both of these offenses being first and second in total points, it's going to come down to the defense, like I said at the beginning of this stream. And the Dolphins do not have the same level of defensive players in tonight's game that the Eagles have. They just don't. And that's there's nothing wrong with that. If Xavier Howard can come back and be healthy, and if the Eagles make a playoff runs, then maybe Jalen Ramsey might be able to come back. Maybe. But without them, I don't see the Dolphins actually making it to the Super Bowl. They just don't have the defensive firepower to stop these guys. Also, I mean, Vic Fangio is a good defensive coordinator, but he's not the best. He is experienced, but Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, and yeah, he's just not been the best. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Football Nation. My name is Mario Manuel. I want to thank you guys all for watching this live stream, whether you're watching this stream because you're unable to catch the game on TV, or maybe you're tired of your regular corporate broadcasters. I'm here to bring you every snap, every play, and every down, and it is support from viewers like you that make content like this possible. So if you want to show your support for the content that I'm making out, all you got to do is hit that thumbs up button. If you have commitment issues and you don't want to commit to my content, just hit that thumbs up. It really helps put this content out to other people just like you who are trying to find content like this. So thank you all so much for your support. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you have not already done so. Hey, Supreme Science, thanks for checking in, man. You always keep the chat alive, and I appreciate you being here, brother. So did not cover the 325 game. Normally on Sundays we do the 325 game, but since my Dallas Cowboys were on a bye this week, I decided to kind of lay off on it. So no 325 game played today. And the Philadelphia Eagles are probably going to walk out of Lincoln Financial Field with a comfortable W after the mistakes that the Dolphins made late in this game. Dolphins made some mistakes late in this game, but here we go. A pistol formation. Eagles take the snap, hands that off to DeAndre Swift. Oh, who wheels out to the right, goes forward, but will still lose plenty of yardage. Loss of 4 yards right there. No timeouts left, so this will milk 40 seconds off the clock right here. They're gonna need to get a first down in order to officially salt this game away. They're gonna need to get a first down to officially salt this game away. But for now, let's just see what happens with these guys. So here we go. Jalen Hurts, 4 of 4 on quarterback shove plays on that QB sneak. Perfect QB sneak today. Here we go. Pistol formation once again. Getting every second out of that play clock. There's the snap and a handoff to Swift, who goes the right side. Oh, and he goes forward. Oh, my goodness. And just shy of a touchdown. After that fourth down, obviously, they started from a great field position. The clock will continue to go. DeAndre Swift almost got himself another touchdown. They are inside of the 10-yard line now after that play. So DeAndre Swift running out the left tackle right there. And you can see that the Dolphins defense has just totally given up on this. Dolphins defense just totally given up already. That's down inside the 5-yard line. So here comes a 1st and goal as we hit the 2-minute warning. Here's the 2-minute warning. Are the Eagles going to actually go for it, or are they going to, hit the mercy button and just start kneeling it out at this point? I think they should just probably kneel it out at this point. Not that the Miami Dolphins are going to come back from this 14-point deficit, but we are at the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen, and the Eagles have the ball inside the 5. Dolphins have no timeouts left. No way that they can come back from this one. And I'm sure a lot of people at this point, if you're playing on Madden, would probably rage quit. Supreme Science, Cheers to you, my friend. Thank you. Cheers, brother. Appreciate it. Okay, that'll be my last one for the night. Put down 3 in 3 hours. I think that's respectable. So, first and goal. Inside the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. First and goal inside the 2-minute warning. Thank you for joining me tonight on Sunday Night Football, y'all. Seriously, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight here on Sunday Night Football. We get into the victory formation. There's a quarterback kneel. That's the first one. Officials saying, hey, let's all just get out of here. People pushing each other back and forth. This will bring the Philadelphia Eagles to a 6-1, and the Miami Dolphins will fall to a 5-2 record. Hey guys, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Show me some love. Thank y'all so much, man. Here we go. Less than 2 minutes left to go. We're going to line up here. Here we go from the 6-yard line. Jalen Hurts will take the snap. In just a few seconds, there's the kneel. 40 seconds going milked off the clock right now. A 3rd and goal coming up right here. Play clock slowly ticking away. Game clock slowly ticking away. Officially down to 1 minute. They're going to have to take this snap at exactly 0 zeros across the board in order to get that one. Wait a second, because the play clock and the game clock are at the exact same moment. You got to do it with 1 second on the play clock too. There's the snap and the kneel. And that's going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be your final score of the game. The Philadelphia Eagles 31, the Miami Dolphins 17. The Eagles will win this game today. As expected, they were 3-point favorites. They blew the other team out of the water. The Miami Dolphins will have a lot to talk about moving forward. Thank you all so much for watching Football Nation. If you like what you see, guys, tomorrow I'm going to be covering the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. So check in for that game. Again, my name is Mario Manuel. You can find me on social media. It has been a pleasure covering this game for you guys. Thank y'all so much, and I will see you guys here very, very soon. Everyone have a safe night.